Okay, guys, Joey, Nick, what's cracking? Welcome back, guys.
Oh, yeah, no problem. This is great.
So I'm gonna get shit for having you guys both on, man, because it's like everyone's trying to get on, and then we had Joey on and we had Nick on, and now they're both back on. It looks bad on me because we got a wait list.
I live up the street, man.
You do live up the street.
I live up the street.
We do love. So it was a quick little 1-2.
Yeah.
He was down here, and Nick was hanging out playing NBA 2K because Nick doesn't have anything to do these days.
Always.
Nick is super. He didn't just have a new location pop off or anything like that. It's not like running a multi-million-dollar business. Don't worry about it. So he was like, yeah, I ain't got shit to do. I'm playing video games at Joey's house. I'll come down.
Yeah.
Always have time. Always have time.
That's how this happened.
We always make time.
Yeah, always make time. Yes.
That's the key.
Yeah.
So Joey just got back from
Philippines.
the Philippines.
Yes.
Did a 2-week, 3-week, month?
1 week. I was there for
1 week.
Yeah, I did it. Basically, it was a tour. It was like I had my own tour there. I collaborated with a local company called Live to Give.
Live to
Basketball.
Give. Yeah.
So they run like basketball camps, low cost for kids,
Sweet.
and also they send clothes back to the Philippines to kids that need clothes and stuff.
Hell
So
yeah.
we did like a medical kind of like tour. So after we showed
no
kids
way.
some basketball drills and stuff like that,
Oh, sweet.
and then I just played some kids 1-on-1, 3-on-3, and then we gave some food to the kids, man, and then
Money.
food and some clothes to the kids. Yeah,
That's so
it
cool,
was
man.
real good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why this is coming to my mind, but are you know how they're putting like all these basketball trainers and all these like street legends and like in video games? Are you in a video game yet? Or, like when has NBA Live called you yet? Has
Not
2K
yet, but
called
actually,
you yet?
I used to do the moves for NBA NBA Streets.
NBA Street?
Yeah. So I did 2, 3, and 4. The fourth one with Carmelo Anthony, that was just all me.
Oh no way.
Yeah, it was all me that did the moves. And recently, actually, that's funny you said that. After I came back from the Philippines, I came back home for a day. Then I went to San Francisco to do the 2K.
Oh, no
2K.
way.
Yeah,
so you did moves for 2K?
Yeah, I did moves for 2K.
I did not know that. I want to be on record saying I did not know
That's
that.
hilarious.
I just threw that shit out there, though.
That's hilarious.
Crazy.
That you mentioned that. Yeah.
So you're going to be in 2K and Nick's just at your house playing 2K.
Yes.
I actually play a lot of 2K.
Do you actually?
Yeah, for
no
sure.
Way. How the hell do you find time to play 2K?
Oh, I mean, like, not a lot. I used to play a lot.
Like once a week?
Not anymore. But before, in the past, I would say I'm pretty good at 2K.
No
for
way.
Sure. I'd love to use Joey. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That's epic.
But I don't have a character though. But I'm doing the moves
coming,
for the game.
bro.
So hopefully soon.
It's coming.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
Do you say you were doing moves for Carmelo?
No, I did the moves. Huh?
Did you say you did the moves for
No,
Carmelo?
for NBA Street, the home court.
Got it.
I was the only one that did the mocap. They didn't bring anybody in from anywhere, so I did
So
that.
you were all everything?
Everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be a check.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
It was hard though. That stuff is
Cool.
hard though. It's hard. The mocap is not
How?
easy.
What?
Because they make you do different like angles and different movements, right?
Right.
So to make the game smooth. So you have to do a bunch of different angles and like weird stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
You have the suit on and all
got
that?
the suit on. It's it's hot.
It's uncomfortable.
Tight. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's tiring too as well.
The whole thing.
They make you you have to go like game speed. Sometimes even harder
Quicker than game speed.
Yeah. So it
Damn.
was tough.
Shit.
2K was tough, man, because I haven't done the mocap in a while. So it was my first time in like maybe 7-8 years, man, since the last NBA Street. So it was tough.
Were you saying mocap? Is that what you're saying?
Mocap, yeah.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Mocap is like
Okay, cool. I'm glad you didn't know either.
Yeah. Mocap is like when they put you in the studio with the balls around you and stuff like that, the sensors.
Okay.
and they pick it up, so it's called mocap.
Got it.
Yeah, that's
capture.
the motion
Motion
capture.
capture.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
Sorry, these abbreviations and all
Yeah.
that. Whatever. Anyway, so you needed Nick after that one, basically, is what you're saying. You
Yes.
did a little bit of physio.
Yes, a little load and launch.
A little load and launch
Yeah.
action for sure.
Always.
So let's get to that. How did you guys actually link up? Because this is not coincidence. These guys obviously go back. There's a lot of history together. You guys have done a ton of stuff in the physio world and in the basketball world together. How did you guys link up?
You can go first, man. I'll go second.
How do we link up? I mean, in terms of like being a fan, I would say, I don't even know if Joey knows this, but back in the day, I used to play Metro League, the recreational league, and then Joey would be in the competitive league.
Yeah.
And then after a lot of times after my games, actually Joey would play.
D1's after, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I would actually stay behind and watch him. Yeah, because it was that cool for me to watch Joey. Because Joey, you always wanted to watch Joey because he might drop 50, you know.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, he probably averages 50, but...
Crazy. You know, hang around after my games and still watch them today. Like, you're talking to me like it's foreign, you know?
Yeah, so back in the day, back in Metro League, I used to watch this guy play basketball. and he probably doesn't know this either, but then back in the YMCA days, I used to play in YMCA by Langara.
Oh,
No, by
Langara.
Langara.
Oh, Langara.
And Joey played there a few times for sure, and he just would just kill people.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not
fair.
Yeah,
But it was always fun watching him. So I've always, as a basketball player, for sure looked up to Joey since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Joey's forever. And then in the physio space, Joey came in to see me quite a few years ago now. Kind of back when Myo was physio room back in the day.
Yeah.
Joey came in. He would consistently come in because he was sore just from playing.
100%.
I remember his knees would hurt, his hips would hurt, his feet would hurt.
For sure. Well, he played outside all the time too, right?
Oh man, outside. I just lived outside, man. That's all I did, man.
That's all you did. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So with Joey, we kind of really took a lot of effort into really understanding why his body feels that way, like after he plays, when he plays, et cetera, and kind of put him on a program to open up his body and prevent injuries, but also hopefully perform better as well. As you get older, Joey's not old. He's still at the top of his game.
Sure, for sure. He's got 70 years left.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's actually like an anomaly, right? Like this guy's so athletic at this stage. It's like crazy. But it was a way for Joey to continue his career and play at the top level. And this guy travels the world and he influences so many people in the world.
100%.
So it's been fun working with Joey. And,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So how'd you stumble across physio? Physio room. How'd you stumble across that?
Sorry, man. Hold on, man.
You good?
Man.
Gotta get the
volume.
Get the fans going. You gotta turn your DMs off, man.
DMs. There we go. Silent now. Basically, because I used to, still not as often now, but back in the day, like maybe 3-4 years ago, I used to go to Creekside quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
And I seen Nick play quite a few times.
You're still hooping at Creekside.
Creekside, man.
Kind of drop by Creekside.
Crazy,
sure.
man.
Come, man. Come.
Yeah, come through, man.
For sure.
Come through.
Every morning, right? Mornings?
No, not every morning. I'm there maybe 3 mornings a week now.
That's super solid.
Yeah.
But they play every morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So then he used to play on the other side, and I used to train on the other side, right? And sometimes I'll play with them here and there, and then then after that we just start talking a little bit, and then I get to know him a little bit. Then he said one day he brought these. It's funny. He brought these the physio room during that time. He brought these water bottles, and he started giving out. He gave it out to those 2 guys that he always trained with, right?
Always.
And I'm like, oh, physio room. I'm like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a physio. I'm like, all that time?
Yeah.
Man, I had a knee pain, man. I need help, man. You know what I mean? I need some help. The whole time he could have said something, right? But he's very humble, right?
Yeah, of course.
And so that's how we linked up, and I went to the physio room. But even before that, too, as well, I was seeing, because I had a little knee issue. Remember I told you about the Denmark thing, right? That injury, right? So I went to like maybe 4 or 5 different physio places, and they'll kind of tell me the same thing.
And you couldn't really figure it out, right?
Couldn't really figure it out. They tell me you got to stretch more, or you got your MCL. One guy I went to, he said my MCL is 80% and my ACL is 90%. It's like going down.
Are these breaks? Like what is this?
Like what does this mean?
Is this tire tread? Like,
yeah, like how do you even know the percentage? Are you like hooked up to my body? Like how do you know? Right?
Do we have numbers for this?
Yeah, right. So and then when I went to him, the physio room, he just like it was an hour, but it was like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, and he just broke down everything. Yeah. But it didn't even feel like I was in a physio place. It felt like I was at my house or something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he was like it was comfortable, man. You know what I mean?
I had the same experience, yeah, for sure.
So, and I learned a lot from it, and since then, we just became,
shit. My bad.
It's all good, man.
I think we good. I'm not used to this situation. That's hilarious. Now we're straight.
So that's where we just became, good friends after that. I've been going to him and seeing him a lot, and he's been helping me a lot since through my pro career and streetball career.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for, real talk, if it wasn't for, and I tell everybody this, it's like, how do you move like that at the age of 34? Yeah. I'm like, you know what, man? If it wasn't for Nick or Physio Room or Myodetox now, I don't think I'll be moving the same at all. Because now I know how to correct myself now. Yes. So if I have a back pain, okay, I more hip because I have really, really tight hips. So it's like now I got to do a lot of different hip exercises to get that.
And you know the exercises.
Exactly.
You can identify where the pain's coming from.
Yes.
Oh, so that's a pain in my hip, but it's actually my glute med or something like that.
Exactly.
Right? Or whatever
Exactly.
it is, right?
That's just by going by seeing Nick and
Education.
Yeah. Really, educated me a lot, man. Yeah.
It's a conversation.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean the whole premise of what we do is give people longevity. That's what we've been pushing for a long time.
Totally.
And the education portion of it is probably the most important part of the entire experience.
Of course.
And the exercise portion, the program portion is the majority of the session is in the gym, because we need to kind of identify and see kind of where your system or where your body is in space right now, and how we can potentially create a bit of change for you. Actually, how you can create the change yourself,
Of course,
by educating you to, so that you know the movements just as well as I do. And we actually joke all the time that a lot of our clients like know more than a lot of therapists out there, because we spend so much time educating our clients on how the body's integrated, how the body moves, and how pain works. So they're not always coming back seeking pain relief.
Right.
That's not what we stand for, and that's not what we're selling on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
We're giving people longevity. We're giving people more life. We're giving people an opportunity to do whatever it is they want in life, whatever lifestyle they choose, whatever lifestyle fits with them. It's, I use that phone analogy again. It's like being able to download any app you want.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
You want to be able to download this app because it's new, it's fun, it's my kids want to do that, et cetera, et cetera. But you don't want to be afraid to download that app, right? You want to be able to, boom, I'm going to download that app and I'm going to open this app and I'm going to play with this app because I enjoy it and it's an experience that I want to be able to do.
God, as you talk, that analogy just makes more and more sense. Like
every time.
I
know, right?
like, oh, my kids want to play that. Like, oh, I want to play with my kids. I want to be able to, wrestle with my kids, or whatever. But like, as an app, like my kids got Angry Birds. I'm trying to get Angry Birds.
Yeah.
The metaphor is just forever evolving. It's funny. So it used to be the car analogy. Now it's the app analogy.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the next analogy.
Yeah, right.
2020. You're gonna come on this podcast for episode 130, and you're gonna be like, okay, so the thing about feathers is,
yeah, right.
I'll be like, what? A plant grows this way. Nick, what the hell are you talking about?
That's one of the biggest things that we're trying to do, though, is being able to relate to people at their level, right? Because on a consumer level, from a therapist standpoint, it's always hard. It's always been difficult for us to explain to somebody that doesn't have like a medical background or a healthcare background
or an athletic background
because we see the whole gamut of people, and it's trying to explain like an injury or why you move a certain way or why you can't jump higher or why et cetera has always been challenging for a lot of therapists. So like coming up with analogies that resonates with people in a way that's like, right, it's like a phone, I get it, right? You have to delete your apps, I get it. You got to reset your phone. Okay, cool. Yeah,
right. No, it's all good.
Right, then it puts the onus on them, right? It's like I'm cool, like you can come see me, right? And just like turn your phone off and turn your phone on again, and hope for the best, right? But I'm not here to fix your phone after turning it off and on. I'm going to tell you, like,
you keep going to this app, you keep going to this website, it's messing your whole thing up.
Exactly. Okay. You keep upgrading this app. Well, that's not going to work very well if you don't upgrade your phone. Right. So
slowing all these other apps down, or whatever it may be. You're taking too many pictures, my guy. Manage storage. Anyways, it's funny because you guys are both coaches in different realms. But the more you coach, the more analogies that come up to you. Like you've been like on court with a player, and you're trying to explain something. And it's like this. And they're like, oh,
I get it now.
I get it now.
Yeah.
You know, like you were literally speaking Greek to me 2 seconds ago,
Yeah.
but since you put it in the terms of knocking, you know, Angry Birds, you know, and knocking towers down, and now I understand it. Right? That's how my body works. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
You know, load the bird, launch the bird. You know?
Man, that was good. That was good.
Man, this guy, he's a quick guy, man. Quick learner, man.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
Please do, man. Please do. I need those royalties, though. I should tell you what, I'll take royalties in the form of sessions. That's all I want.
Done.
So you guys are both coaches. You guys have both built your own. There's very much, you know, different lanes of entrepreneurship and contrasting flavors at the same time, right? But part of your core methodology has been blurring the lines between basketball and lifestyle and physio and lifestyle. And you've kind of found a lane within that, which has been super prosperous for both of you guys, right? But that's not super, as a basketball player, the average basketball player doesn't just go out and say, all right, okay, I'm going to make this, that, and the other. I'm going to build my own team, the Nautic, and from that I'll launch, you know, my clothing line, and from that I'll build the tribe, and from that tribe I'll be able to turn off this, and all of a sudden now my career went from, you know, 10 years to now it's 30 years because now I can play professional and I can play street ball and I have the merch and I built the tribe around it. Like, oh my God, that's a business plan right there, right? Right? Not every basketball player thinks like that. A lot of basketball players are extremely short-sighted. We just see the players that are like, oh, you know, I'm going to make my 10 mil here, or my shit. If you're pro in Europe, you're 100,000 here, you're 50,000 here, and eat off this and I'll be good. They don't think about, okay, let's extend this longevity. And on the flip side with yourself, like, again, same concept of like, if I'm going to physio, I'm just going to physio because it's physio. You don't think, oh, I'm gonna go to physio to change my life.
Yeah, real talk.
But that's what it is.
No, it is. Bro. Even when I go there too, it's like, man, like every time I walk out, I learn something new. It's like, holy crap.
You're like, oh, I've been thinking about this wrong my entire life.
Like, damn, I did that wrong. God damn, man. Like, you know, that's how you do it. Remember that one time we did that for my calves? Yeah. Right? I was doing it wrong. I was like, how come my calves still hurting? Like, no, man, you got to do it like this. I'm like, okay, cool. That's it. Oh, damn, they really? Boom.
Yeah, dude.
Right? Now I got less pain for my calves now.
I know the same.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I know
crap,
the same.
man.
I have the same. The same
It's
thing.
a discovery. Every session's a discovery.
Yeah.
You find something new about yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I had the same. Like, first time I had a session with Nick, he's showing me different patterns and stuff like that. I'll go home and be like, bro, this shit is wild. This shit is not working, bro.
And it feels different though, right?
And it feels way different.
Weird.
And then you go back for session 2 and you're like, holy shit, this is the deepest stretch I've ever felt in my life.
Man.
You know?
Big time. You ever tried doing it in front of everybody though? People look at you like,
what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
Do pregame? Yeah. All the time now. All the time now.
Right?
People look at me so stupid, bro.
That's social norms though, man.
Yeah.
Social norms we have to break through social norms.
You gotta break through,
right?
man. Yeah.
I always think why do we need to do what we're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Because the world perceives it that way, right?
And you know what's funny? No one else is doing that.
Yeah.
No one else is doing. So when I'm in the gym going like this, people are like, look at that. And they try it.
And it doesn't work for them, right?
Yeah.
That's the craziest part.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Because you don't understand it.
You don't.
If you're not educated on it, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. Yeah.
And everybody's different.
Yes.
That's and we talked about that last time, right? Like it's so important to have that discovery phase, right? Because it's the most challenging thing for us as therapists is always, and as coaches, I'm sure, is that you can't give that same recipe. It's actually impossible because every single person is unique in its own way. Yeah. That everything in the past is dictated why they are the way they are at this exact moment. Yes. So even on a day-to-day, every session, we stress it to all of our team and all of our therapists that you have to have that 30-minute or 60-minute one-on-one session so that you can discover how they are at this moment, because that might even be different than last week or the week before. Yeah. Right. So if you're out there and the second or third session, you're doing the exact same thing that you did the first session. Well, you're not really taking the time to actually understand, why they're there that day, and what their body's perceiving at that moment.
What they need that day.
Yeah, exactly. So
damn. Yeah, so you're moving horizontally, you're not necessarily moving vertically. You're not going up, you're just going forward, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a coach, that's more relevant than ever because certain coaches have certain styles, right? So You never like you. Oh my god! You know this, I didn't even. I just put it together in my head. I'm just thinking out
See,
loud right
you
now.
guys
This is
quick,
crazy. No, like for instance, on the last podcast, we talked about how you didn't fit on certain teams. You need a certain type. Like certain players need certain coaches.
Yeah.
So like when you're a prospect or you're in college or you're trying to go, when you're trying to make the jump from high school to college or college to pro.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, oh, there's 1,000 teams out here. You know, why can't I at least land a spot on one of them?
Yeah.
That's true. But what's also true is there may be 1,000 teams out there, but maybe only 50 of those coaches will work with you and jive with you, right? Same thing as a physiotherapist.
Yeah.
And coaches are a lot less malleable than physiotherapists.
Sure.
Actually, some physiotherapists are pretty stuck in their ways too,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
but like, you know, and you can speak to that. Like if you're on a team or in a situation where you're not communicating, you don't see eye to eye, or your style is not working with the coach's style or their methodology, their way of teaching, their way of coaching, it's just period. It's not going to work. You're not going to get better.
Not going to get better. You'll
Period.
be frustrated. Not going to get better. You're not going to move forward.
There's
And
nothing you
then
can do.
after that, you might even
Quit.
quit basketball. Not even play basketball again.
So think of how stupid that would be from a physio standpoint.
Yeah.
Dude, I've thought that exact thought. Like I've had messed up knees, gone to a physiotherapist, and like had 2-3 sessions, and been like, man, I'm still screwed.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna forever be screwed.
Right.
And you know what's funny? And not just you, but a lot of other people are thinking like
ton
that
of
too.
people.
Right? And just give up and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to just live with this pain forever. And that's it.
Yeah.
You're not going to go see a physio or not going
Not
to
gonna
try
do anything.
again.
Yeah.
Right? So you just have to, I don't know, man. You just got to believe, man,
Yeah.
that you're going to get better and try to find a good physio. Because I tried to find a good physio. I went through like 5 physios, man. And it's telling me, oh, no, yeah, shit, you might be kind of screwed, man.
Physio's like girlfriends, bro.
Right?
Like,
Kinda-
oh my bad. Cut the mic. Physios are like physios are like barbers. You know, you're not gonna. That's a much better one.
yeah.
You know, some of them they might get you mess up your fade this way. You know, they
Yeah.
might not get your hairline. You know, the direction that your hair is growing. You know. Whew. I'll cut that out. Just kidding. No, for sure. So that's cool. I love the origin story there and how you guys have like kind of built and now you are laying bricks. I was just thinking about this on the ride here. You're laying bricks on each other's careers. Like literally you're collaborating in different ways and all of a sudden Nick's a little bit elevated. All of a sudden Joey's a little bit elevated and you're collectively growing. And there seems to be no like ego clashing. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But
man,
like there's
no
like
ego clashing
from
at all,
afar
dude.
it looks like it's humbling as a young person. Like you guys are both older than me, right? I'm in my 20s, you guys are in your 30s, right?
Yeah.
So like that being said, as a young person, if you hang out with other young people, it's like, oh man, well, guys can't even hang out because it's always just like a,
Yeah.
you know, a dick measuring contest, you know,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
It's just like,
Right.
that's all it is. So to see too, your role models in that sense for a lot of younger players, younger athletes in general of just being like, oh, no, I can move in this way and work collaboratively. So I say that all to just prelude and say, has there been times where one of your guys' methodologies has clashed with the other at all?
Never, man. Never. Because
What?
I'm always learning from him, man. I'm always learning. No,
guy-
real talk.
this
No, real
guy's
talk.
humble, man.
No. Real talk. All jokes aside, man. Like, I look up to him a lot. I do.
I love
He has
man.
amazing, his posts, man. Inspiring, man.
Bro, you gotta tell me. I do too,
Yeah, man,
man.
this guy, no, it's inspiring. And he's so humble. He said, oh, no, I
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
not
suck.
me,
No,
da, da, da.
no, but I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, like, I tell people, man, if it wasn't for Myodetox,
Yeah.
I would not be where I'm at right now, moving the way I move. Because I'm telling you, after Denmark, man, my body was like kind of done. Dude, like I told you, the 5 physios, man, they tell me the same thing. It's like, man, no. No. Something else. I think I have something else is wrong with me. I don't think my cartilage is getting low. My cartilage is damaging.
Yeah.
No. There has to be something else.
Yeah.
Boom. So then I believe, okay, my hips are tight. I got to I got to get looser. My adductors are tight. I got to do different things, man. Right? And now it's taken me, and that's for 4 or 5 years now.
Yep.
And I'm getting better, but I never used to stretch when I was younger, man.
I know,
Never
yeah.
used to stretch. You know how it is. I never used to stretch, right?
100%. Most players don't.
Yeah.
Most players don't.
I never. So imagine if I did meet him when I was younger and
So-
hung out in, you know.
And yeah, at Creekside.
I'll probably be a different ball game, man. Probably, but you know, what I mean, I met him at the right time.
Yeah.
At the right time of my life.
Crazy how the universe works.
It does, man. It does.
I don't mean to get all like, you know, but it's
It
true.
does, man.
It's 100% true.
Yeah.
After your, I'm gonna tie this back in. After your podcast, I thought a lot about, because I listened to all the podcasts back, and you know, I was like, thinking about, man, I need, outside of athletics or outside of basketball, I need people that are, in life you need a minus, an equal, and a plus. Did you say that?
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great. Yeah. I didn't say that.
You
I didn't say that.
Okay. I don't know who said it. Someone said it on the podcast, and then it had fallen away out of my mind. And then when you came back on, I was like, I'm looking for people outside of business that are, I need a plus. A plus is your mentor, people that are, giving knowledge down, right? Like I don't have enough pluses in my life. I have a lot of equals. I have a lot of people that I feel like are in my corner and I'm working with, but I need people that are like 3, 4, 5 levels ahead of me that can just toss me down knowledge and things that are digestible. And then you need a minus, right? You need people that you're mentoring, right? And so it's like with that, it's like, and that was in my mind constantly. I was like, oh man, how do I bring this in? Like people like yourself. Here's the problem with people like you two. You're fucking busy. You're super busy. So you're moving 100 miles an hour. So to mentor is very difficult. To find someone that you do want to mentor, even whether it's a high school kid or whatever it may be, or a college kid, to find that and then really bring them into your corner. If you're gonna, you can only do that with 1 or 2 people. So to find people that you do admire that don't already have a minus, because here's the thing about people like yourselves, you recognize and you want to mentor.
Yes.
You recognize you want to mentor. And then you bring that 1 or 2, 3 people in, and that's it. Because you can't, you can do your clinics and stuff like that, but you can't, I don't know, from my perspective, you can't get a lot of guys in your corner and do it well. So I'm looking for pluses all the time. And I say that to loop that back in to say, I was really like looking for it in the universe. I was like, give me this somehow. Like, I don't want to get too law of attraction on you right now, but like, I was just like,
true though,
literally like, calling people, texting people, bringing up a conversation, boom, 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 boom. And now I'm at a point where literally, like I got some pluses now. I have people that I sit down with for a coffee or for a meal, whatever, and like literally I just shut the hell up and just let my mind be blown. It's like the first time I had a session with Nick, like literally the first time, or the first time I saw you play basketball, like, oh, this is how you play? It's like things you never even realize, right? So for you guys at this point, who are your pluses?
Oh man.
Damn, right?
I say right now, Nick, definitely Nick, man. Because
stop it.
No, real talk. I'll tell you why. Because let me tell you why too, man. Like, definitely my brother too as well. My brother, he really helped me out with basketball just by watching him play. But by like Nick, he went from physio room. Like I've seen him from physio room. I'm not in the beginning of the physio room, but kind of like in your third year, fourth, maybe
third year.
Right? I saw him grow. From physio room to Myodetox. And that and knowing him for 4 years and seeing that growth and how humble he is, it's crazy. He puts his team first before him. His team. And that's amazing, man. Like, that's just and it's tough to do, man. It's tough, right? And also he takes the time out of his day to even treat me.
That's the big one.
And pass down knowledge.
That's the big
to
one.
Not just me, to a lot of people, man.
Like he still treats.
He still treats people, man. I'm like,
I'm not anything special though.
See?
Yeah, you don't worry about him. We'll cut his mic.
Right? That's how humble he is, man. But you're not going to meet a lot of people like that in life. Very few people you'll meet like that in life. So I cherish every moment, every hour, every time I see him, hey, man, I really appreciate the time because I know how busy you are. And he has a wife at home. Do you see what I'm saying? And I have a wife. So I know how that is, man.
The real hero.
Yeah, the real hero, right?
100%.
So for her to understand what he's doing and what he's kind of, with the business, he has 5 clinics from physio room to 1 clinic to, he had 2 clinics physio room, right?
2 clinics, yeah.
Myodetox now.
How many locations does Mile have?
Mile is 10 total, so it's 5 Toronto.
Whatever.
So 10,
right? Yeah. So see how he's trying to split it up. So we got 10, we got 10, but we actually have 5 is what I'm trying to say. And I'm actually only here at these ones right here. So see how I tried to just knock himself down right here.
Down, right?
Other people were like, oh no, I'm managing 10.
Yeah. That's crazy, right? And you meet a lot of people.
I pick up on your shit, Nick.
And you meet a lot of people like, hey man, I got this, I got that going on,
100%.
I got this, and I got 400 employees, I got this and that, dude. I wouldn't even know. Like if I met Nick today, I probably would know he owns maybe 4 or 5 clinics in the city. I wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't know. I remember the first time I went in to see him, and it was I remember I went in to see him, and I walk out, I turn around, and I see your quote on the wall, and I'm like, who's the Nick Lo here?
What are you talking about, man? Right?
So there's two Nick Lo's here?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man, you wouldn't know, man. And two, when I was talking, when it was Sabal Creekside, man, one morning, got my, I'm a Hyundai. I'm a Honda 2013. I'm a Honda 2013. I see this Porsche, sick Porsche, 911 Porsche, man. I'm like, what? That's a sick Porsche. Guess who walks out? Nick. I was like, what? I'm like, Nick. I ran over to Nick. You didn't tell me you got a Porsche, man. He's like, oh, man, this is nothing, man.
Okay. Cut that. No,
but I'm just showing how humble he is, man. Like, he doesn't say, I got this, I got that, I got this, right? He's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And it's really like, it's inspiring, man.
Oh, man.
It's inspiring. So, man, it's crazy. It's great, man.
Thank you.
He's such a great guy,
Appreciate
man.
it.
It's amazing.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so Nick, and you said your brother is a big plus for you.
Yeah.
What about on a business sense? Who, like, from that realm, who blessed you with that knowledge right there?
Businessman?
Yeah.
I'm still learning the game, man. I think, with the business aspect, I got to learn a lot of stuff. I think with what I've done myself, business-wise myself, I've done I've done a lot, man. But there's only so much I could go.
One person.
With one person.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm looking for like a team.
100%.
But it's so hard to find a team because do they think like you? Do they have the same drive like you?
Are they genuine like
Are they
you? Do they care?
Just care about people.
Yeah.
Like, are they nice people? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, right? So I've been through so much stuff with basketball, with different academies and clinics and all this other stuff. I collaborate with a lot of guys, but it's just
Finding the team
I couldn't
that works.
find the right. I couldn't find it, right? And I'm still kind of looking for that,
100%.
right? Because that's gonna get me to the next level, I think.
Yeah, for the next 30, 40 years.
30, 40 years, right?
Yeah.
So I can't always do it by myself, man. Like, dude, I'm going to like China in the next 2 weeks. I'm going here, going that. I'm gonna start up my own academy.
All this
right?
type of stuff.
Yeah,
you
so I
do
can't
the business.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, you could say some people say I'm all over the place, but I kind of have to do what I have to do now for myself.
You have to be.
Right?
Yeah.
But I am looking for a team to take it to the next level.
Yeah, man. I just thought like Uncle Drew, Uncle Joey. That could be a thing.
Uncle Joe.
That could be a thing.
Yeah.
We could
Uncle
make
Joey.
that a thing.
Uncle Joe.
We could put. Anyways, whatever. Sorry.
I like
I just went up on ideas.
And that's what Nick even said to me too. Told me too.
That you're getting old.
He never said that. He never said that.
Never. I could never say that because I'm older.
He walks in and
I
says,
could
"Joey,
never
you
say
getting
that.
young, baby." Like, okay. What does Nick say to you?
No, Nick said the same thing. Like, I need to, to find a team,
100%.
a team, right? And I look at the Myodetox team, man. They're crazy, man. Like, they're
Unreal.
crazy. I'm
We're
telling
gonna
you,
get
just
into
like
that.
Nick. They're like Nick, man.
We'll get
They're
into
little
that.
Nicks, man.
Bunch of
All
little
over the
Nicks
place,
running
man.
all over the damn place.
Real talk, man. And they work so hard, man. For the company, for Nick, for themselves. They just work so hard, and that's why they're where they're at right now, man.
100%.
Yeah.
And you're their plus, right? Yeah. Okay, so Nick, who's your minus? Maybe you don't have to say names, but if you want, minus. Who's your equal? People that you feel like are really grinding in your corner, and who's your plus? People that are really mentoring you at this point. Is it possible for Nick Lo to have a mentor?
Yeah.
I mean, for one, I probably think slightly differently.
Of course.
Because I always think everyone's equal.
I
Number
knew
one,
he was gonna go here.
right?
This is the
Me
type of
too.
guy.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah,
that's
but
so true.
I actually mean that. No, I actually do mean that because I always think that everyone can learn from each other no matter what.
Yeah.
So, do I mentor a lot of people? I hope I do. I think everyone on my team, I try to mentor them, but I also try to learn something new from them every day as well. So I would say they're my pluses, just like I'm their plus. Hopefully, you have to speak then to them to make sure I am their plus. You said earlier that you're always like looking for pluses, right? The biggest thing is just ask, right? Like I till this day still will take any meeting with anybody because I always feel like I can learn from them just as much as they can learn from me. And I'm not there to teach you everything. I'm going to teach you what I know based on my experiences, based on, what has kind of got me to where I am today. But every single person has their own story, and every single person can honestly has a compelling story that I can learn from. And I love meeting new people, right? So I get a lot of people like that want to be physios, that want to be entrepreneurs, want to open their own clinics, want to, et cetera, that ask me to, sit down with them for a coffee, et cetera. And I never say no to every opportunity, because if I can make the time, and I always try to make the time, I'm gonna do it, because again, I want to learn from them just as much as hopefully they can learn from me. So I think everyone's an equal, for sure. Do I have mentors? I've had a lot of mentors. Some on the business side. Like unlike Joey, I have a big team around me, a huge team around me.
A great team around you.
There's like, I didn't build Myodetox, right? I didn't even build Physio Room. Our team did. I started Physio Room. I didn't start Myodetox. We have a huge team around myself and everyone else now. So, I could list off a whole bunch of people that I would consider my mentors. Our CEO, Scott, he's absolutely my mentor. He's younger than me. I'm jealous. He's like 30 years old. And to watch this guy work every day and push absolutely inspires me to keep doing the same. Our founder, Vinny, same thing, right? The guy's story is amazing. Amazing story. I can easily say, he's the guy that really pushed me to in a lot of ways not care what people think, right? Because during the Physio Room days, I cared a lot about what people thought about me, right? And when I transitioned to Myo, when I rebranded as Myo, like, there was this guy, Vin, who in Toronto was like, all tattooed up, and he, wore hats every day, and he just did his thing. And I was like, man, I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that guy. So easily inspired me to just be like, I'm just going to be myself, right? Because everyone, again, has a unique story that they deserve to share with the world. So tons of mentors. Everybody's my mentor.
Right.
Joey's my mentor.
Gotcha.
Definitely on the court, he's my mentor.
100%.
I still try to replicate this guy's shot, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that little pull-up shot. Yeah, absolutely.
Actually see a little bit.
Crazy,
that's
man.
funny. So
Yeah.
that's
He's sick though. He can ball.
see that's just like you though. Like that's if there was a question that embodied like what this whole thing is about, it would probably be that one. It's me asking a question, guests turning around and being like, "Cool, you're asking the wrong questions."
I don't think it's the wrong question. It's
No,
just
100%. You're just not seeing it. You're like, you just tilt your vision just 5 degrees to the left,
I know what you're saying.
and then let's see it this way.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I get where you're at. I get it. Like, it's cool. You need to, have inputs and outputs in your life. Okay, yeah, but just turn it like this and just realize everyone has something to gain. And whether you're closed-minded or open-minded enough to see it, that's up to you.
That's up to you.
Yes.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, huh?
That's a moment.
Yeah,
Sorry, my bad.
No,
I'm over here learning. So both of you guys are A-types. And this is a selfish question because I'm having trouble with this personally. You guys are both A-types, you're both leaders, you're both coaches. Joey, you're still looking for your own team. You have your own team, but man, you have influence on a ton of people and you are in a leadership position with a ton of people, both of you in your own respects. How do you deal with, or how do you communicate to those people who are not necessarily A-types? Like, we can all sit down at a table and communicate on the same plane because we speak, not the same language, but we're on relatively the same frequency in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because of a level of ambition and a way of thinking, right? Now, how do you talk to, like, I don't know what a C or a D type even is. I don't even know if that's a term, but someone that doesn't necessarily work on your frequency. How are you communicating, like, in a leadership role to those type of people? That makes sense?
That's a tough one, man. At the end of the day, you could tell them, give them your experience and give them your knowledge, and at the end of the day, it's up to them.
It's on them, yeah.
It's on them, man.
Yep.
You just got to move on to the next. You know what I mean? There's only so much you could do, man. There's only so much you could do.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have some like battles with a lot of people on Instagram be hating on me sometimes, and but
That's a dark hole, man.
yeah.
When you get as big as you, like I would
It's
stay
fine.
I would stay the hell out of the comments. But anyways,
but sometimes like I'm human. Sometimes I answer back.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, and I tell them, hey, listen, I can't. What's the scenario, man?
I don't know,
scenario.
but there's too many. I look at your post and it's like 1,300 comments, and I'm just like, okay.
But anyways, man, like you just you're gonna have all those people hating on you, and you could tell them, hey, listen, it's not like that.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of player. Just you can't just base a move, a street ball move off one clip and saying I can't play basketball. So people a lot of base that off a clip. Oh, he sucks. He's trash. He's playing against so and so.
That's people that
right?
don't-
Can't do that on me. Da da da. Also the nonsense,
All type of
right?
little-
Right. But you could only say so much, man. And if they don't want to change, don't want to listen, and if they're not open minded, just got to move on to the next. You can't really let that bother you. And it's hard because you want to try to change someone's perspective, right? How they think about you. You want to change how they think, but sometimes you can't, especially nowadays.
Yeah. That's a good ass answer. I don't know. I don't have a rebuttal for that. Like 100%, it is not worth the time or the energy in some situations. But what if it is? So let me rephrase that then. You have a team member that doesn't necessarily see it in the way that they should be seeing it for your organization, but they have potential. They have talent. So it's not just like, oh, I'm not going to answer the comments. I'm not going to coach that person. You have to coach that person. How the hell do you do that?
I would say lead by example for sure. I try every day to lead by example. I think people need time to grow and develop and experience things that you experience that hopefully can come to a realization that you as the truth for yourself, right? And trying to coach somebody that has a very unique perspective or a unique perception, and there's a reason for that, right? Because they have different life experiences than you have. So, your job as a leader is to lead by example, number one, and then number two, hopefully over time that they can come to the realization that like you mentioned A types, like A types to me is just like not somebody that has to work and always kind of strive to be like a leader or a director or a manager or et cetera, an entrepreneur. It's just people that want to be better every single day, right? And you can be anybody at any level and still want to wake up every morning and be a better version of yourself than the day before, right? So you tend to attract that type of people in your organization and in your circle, right? Part of the reason why I was so drawn to Joey is because he lives that every single day, that everything is earned, nothing's given, right? It's something I preach every single day, that, there are no handouts in life. You work hard for it, right? It's what we preach to our clients. Like, I'm not here to fix your problem. I'm here to educate you and teach you on what you need to do, actually. And it's probably going to be hard work, to be honest.
So you can do the work. You want to play basketball like Joey? Well, that's not easy. No. That's not easy, because this guy's in the gym every single day. Right, back from the Creekside days. Like, he had a broken hand. I still remember he had a broken hand. This guy was playing basketball with his left hand. I'm like, man, this guy's like, shouldn't he be like chilling out or something like that? He's doing drills with his left hand with a cast on his right hand. I remember this is before he came to physio, remember? Because we used to go every day. Me and my friends would go every day. And Joey would be on the other side training. And this guy's just sweating with his left hand. And I'd be chilling. I'm like, how's this guy playing basketball? Like, he just wanted to get better. This guy's working on his left-hand layup, working on his left-hand shot, left-hand floaters, dribbling with his left hand. Like, because he saw it as an opportunity.
Absolutely, that's hard work, right? So, like, you want to inspire somebody who doesn't see the world the way you see it. Well, you have to be able to, preach that message. You have to lead by example. You have to, et cetera, right? So, like, I'm always going to be the first one there. I'm always going to be the hardest worker.
Yeah.
I'm always going to never complain. I'm always going to, et cetera, because this is how I personally really think people should live, that they should every single day push themselves to be better, no matter what it is, right? It doesn't, it doesn't matter, what stage you are in life, et cetera. You should always want to learn something. You should always, like Joey said, keep an open mind, right? Yeah. If you don't stay curious, then you accept everything as the truth. Yeah. Every single day I still learn. Every day I want to learn more, right? So as long as you embody that and you continue to, do it yourself, then hopefully you can inspire those around you to do the same.
So let me throw this out to the room here, because like I agree, but again, I try to find ways to disagree with people at this table.
I understand. Right?
Yeah. So I've been in organizations that have had a bunch of like-minded people together, and they go far and they go fast, but there's some things they can't get over because they're all seeing it the same way. So, for instance, like I'm a big Ray Dalio subscriber. Ray Dalio, he manages the largest hedge fund in the world, Bridgewater. And his whole thing is finding radical, open-minded free thinkers that see things differently, meaning A, C, B, Z, P, Q, M types.
Yeah, okay.
So you all have a different perspective on, okay, well, so you all have a different perspective, and you're all highly intelligent, and we can all thoughtfully disagree with each other. It doesn't matter what's going to come out of that jungle, because at the end of the day, you're going to see it coming. I don't see it coming. That M type, that P type, whatever it may be, you understand that angle because you think a certain way, but I don't think that way.
Yeah.
And because we can thoughtfully disagree, we can get over this hurdle that I never saw coming. Nick's not going to see some things coming. Yeah. He needs someone who is completely opposite him, but yet very highly skilled, highly talented, to see it this way and go, oh, no, Nick, like, I understand, but you don't want to do that. We don't want to open up 60 stores. We don't want to do that. We want to open up just this bit, right? Mm-hmm. So to combat that, like, yes, I've been part of organizations that have a bunch of people that are similar, run through a wall, and that works. But I think when you get to a certain level, you need to have people that are seeing things differently, can thoughtfully disagree, and are radically different.
Yeah.
So then with that, you're always going to, like Joe, you're always going to attract killers. You're always going to attract killers. You are. Yeah. You've attracted each other. Yeah. You work like magnets.
That's true.
You work like magnets. So how do you find people that are very different from you and still attract them?
It's a tough one, man.
You give me that Kanye pause, that like, hold up, I'm gonna answer.
Like very different, but still part of your team. Still like able to help you out and grow.
Still be like, oh yeah, Joey's very different from me, but I still rock with him. Yeah. I still want to attack a common goal with him, even though, I'm, Joey's super hard-headed and disciplined, and I'm compassionate and caring. Yeah. How do I attract those people? I'm really asking for myself. I always ask these questions like,
I think, as long as the values align, of course, I think everyone has different goals in life, and those goals constantly change, right? And your values actually evolve all the time, right? But if you represent certain values that draw other people to you, then and those values are very much aligned, then you can be totally different people and have a totally different way of doing things, but those values will never change, right? And then you every year you go and revisit those values. You talk about it. We do that a lot in our company because things change all the time, and it's okay to talk about those values. What do we stand for? What do we fight for? Who are we fighting with? Why do we keep fighting? Right? Asking those questions all the time will ground us and put us back to kind of why we started in the first place. But I'm 37, in a month, and I'm very different than a lot of people in my company that are younger.
27.
27,
Yeah.
25. I think we have like a 21-year-old or a 20-year-old. Our CEO's 30. Vin, who's the founder, is 35, I think, something like that.
Wow, it's still like just a bunch of young people. Like,
Yeah.
dude, at 37, you're still young. Like, don't like.
Still young.
Still young, but we're all in different stages in life, and we all have different goals, different personal goals and different professional goals, right? But we have to get together all the time to talk about, why are we still doing this, and are we all aligned in what we're trying to accomplish? And if you have those open discussions, we can be radically different, and we are radically different, right? These guys are all my friends, but what the common goal and the common vision of the company is what brought us together. There's a reason why we're here, and there's a reason why we keep fighting every single day. But are these guys all basketball players? Because I am? Absolutely not. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish they were.
Yeah. But just to add to that, man, like I know you were saying before, like you wanted to find people that that are higher than, I mean, just a little bit more. I don't say more successful, but kind of been
Better.
around the block,
More evolved,
right? And then you said you talked about it to the universe, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go a little spiritual.
I like
right?
it.
Like me, like I believe in God. I think there's a God, and I pray quite often, even recently too, because I've been going through so much stuff. And just pray. I think you should just pray about it, man. Even if it's the universe or God or
whatever
just think about it more. Think about it and just say like, help. Like I need some help, man. Help. And look, that's crazy that now. Like we're doing stuff together now,
That's
like
crazy, yeah.
right? And right. So it's crazy how like you said, it's crazy how the universe works. Like I pray at least 2 times a day.
Wow,
like you know what I mean? Like now, like before, off and on. But the stuff that I'm going through now, like I need God in my life, man.
Wow.
The stuff that I'm going through. I come from a spiritual background. My parents, they're Christian. I grew up, I was baptized, so I believe in God, and I just answer to Him and say, hey, like if I'm going through a rough time, I pray to Him, and He's been kind of like he or she or whatever has been helping me out, with my situation, because man, like I'm busy. I'm going, people think like, oh, you're going to travel, you're doing a lot of great things. Yeah, but man, I'm human. I go through a lot of, ups and downs, and I get frustrated a lot, pretty easily too, right? 'Cause I got I don't have a team. So it's like, damn, I got to go here, I got to go there, I got to here, So it's tough for me sometimes, man. So sometimes before I go to bed, man, that's my only time to really like, ease my mind and pray, man. So I think you should just pray about it, or, talk to the universe more and just figure out, and it will come to you. Trust me, man. What you think about it, keep on thinking about it, and even writing it down on a piece of paper every day, it's going to come to you.
Do you guys journal?
I write every night.
I recently started doing it. Recently.
What made you start?
I don't know, man, because I forget a lot of things, right? I forget a lot of a lot of things sometimes, and it's like I have so much goals things I want to accomplish in life, right? I was like, man, let me jot this stuff down, because sometimes I can't remember it.
Yeah, 100%.
All this stuff, right? So let me jot this stuff down.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Like,
and I go back and revisit it every single time.
you ever get mad at your human capacity?
Oh yeah.
All the time.
You're like, man, what the heck? Like, like if you tackle these things one by one, like, hey, I got this, and then you think of the enormity of the things you're trying to do, and you're like, my brain just short circuits, like, and you're, if you got your browser open, you got too many tabs, and all of a sudden they all just don't work, and you're like, man, how can I be freaking better? I think about that with knowledge all the time. We live in a time where knowledge is so freaking accessible.
Yeah.
I honestly think that our brains were like designed just to read one book at a time. Like we were designed for physical libraries and knowledge of like one person handing it down one by one piece of information by one piece of information. Now I'm consuming 100 pieces of information every day.
Every day.
And sometimes I just like, that's why I go to a sauna, that's why I meditate, that's why all of that. It's just like nothing, pause, so my brain can just reset a little bit. But I get mad all the time. I'm like, someone will bring something up to me in conversation, and I'll be like, oh my God, like I was investigating, I was trying to learn about that, and then I got sidetracked with all this other stuff, you know, or I was calling this because of money or because of to foster these relationships, and I wasn't focusing on my knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, so to flip that back to you guys and say, how do you, through all this, you both are so freaking busy, but you're both highly intelligent, so how the hell do you find the time to learn? How do you learn? If you're constantly executing, how do you learn?
I learn from my mistakes, man. And I make a lot of mistakes, man. I make a lot of mistakes, dude.
Yeah.
On the basketball court, I made a lot of mistakes on the basketball court. You know what I mean? You know, in life with my wife, you know, my kids, being a father. Yeah. So you learn. I'm not perfect, man. No one's perfect. No one's perfect.
Man, I'm over here like explaining this question so deeply, and you're just like, "Nah, I got the answer, man. Yeah. I got the answer."
Yeah, man. I learn from my mistakes, man. Like big time, dude. Like I've been through so much stuff with basketball. It's not funny, man. Not funny, dude. So you just learn from that, man. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should do this. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should, you know, give my wife some roses today, or you know, like, you know what I mean, like, you know,
real life, man. That's, you know, real life.
Yeah, man. So you just learn from your mistakes, man, and then once you learn from your mistakes, sometimes you make the same mistake once or twice, but you'll learn eventually. You will learn eventually. Yeah, you will learn. You just gotta keep trying to keep believing, man. 100%. Gotta believe in yourself and just have a passion. Like, dude, this is your passion, man. Yeah, your passion. And look, like I said before in the other podcast, look where this took you, man. Yeah, this is crazy. What, a year and a half? Not even, maybe 6 months.
8 months.
8 months, man. And this is amazing,
it's been
man.
Wild. It's
because you know why? Because this is, you love doing this, man. You love, and this, you put so much energy into this. It's gonna be successful. It's gonna be. You're gonna win, man. You're gonna win no matter what. You're gonna win. No, it's not your hope so. No, it's not your hope so. Trust me, man. You're gonna win, man. You're winning already, man. You're winning already.
Yeah, man.
Every day you're winning, dude. Trust me, man.
Try to take that approach, man, but it's like,
it's not easy. I know.
You know.
But you got to keep believing, man. You got to keep believing in yourself. Because guess what? Nobody else is going to believe in yourself but yourself, man. And your family around you.
It's
so
true.
You got to keep fighting, man.
It's true. I wake up every day with a fighter's mentality. It's just like, I try to find ways to merge things together, right? So like, okay, and I'll just be selfish here and just be like, you know, how do you learn and execute? We'll find a way that executing is conversation to me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like working in wealth management, working as a coach, and working here with Self-Hired, everything I do is conversation. Yeah. So if I, you know, again, 2 ears, 1 mouth, if I just shut up a little bit, ironically, as I talk, you know, if I shut up a little bit, I'll learn and I can also move forward. Yeah. So that's the only way I found to, like, okay, if I can just find something I'm good at talking, cool, find something I can learn through conversation, cool. Okay, well, how do I execute and build? It's through conversation, and try to get 3 things done in one, because that's the way my brain works.
Yeah, I feel you. Right? I feel you.
But still, like, from a practical standpoint, the world is moving so quickly. The world is moving ridiculously quickly. Businesses are changing. Sometimes I look at Nick and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, Nick, but it's a brick and mortar business. Brick and mortar businesses are going out of business like crazy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to keep up with that? Like, but that's the thing. It's like, well, I know you have an answer for that because you're constantly learning. But how the hell are you constantly learning if you're constantly treating, or you're constantly mentoring, or you're constantly leading a team, or you're constantly building your brand? Yep. It doesn't compute with me, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think people have to, number one, figure out the best way for them to learn, number one, because everyone is different. Like, I don't read a lot of books. I used to, and I realized that, you know, I don't, my attention span is not great when I read books. And I constantly wanted to read business books, and people would give me business books, and I have like a whole collection. So everyone gives me a business book. And I read a bunch of them, but I realized that like 95% of them, I only got through like a quarter of it. Right. I would read it, and I'd be that type to read, and then I'm thinking. I'm reading and I'm thinking. And then like there'd be a quote or something really powerful, and then you just start wandering. You start applying it to your life. And then I'm like writing it down because I don't want to forget it. Then I lost my train of thought reading again. So I learned very early on that like I learn better when I write. I write because it allows me to express my thoughts in ways that a lot of times thinking doesn't allow you to. When I sit there and think, I'm kind of one of those guys that my mind kind of goes all over the place. Right?
I think both of us can say the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I can't just sit there and think, right? I have to write and write and write. So I spend at least an hour every night just writing.
1 hour?
I try to.
Is
Sometimes
that 60
I fall
minutes?
asleep.
Yeah, fall asleep, right? Yeah. 60.
I try to, for sure. And I'm just writing, whether it's on my phone or whether I'm actually a phone guy, so I write notes a lot. And I'm just writing my thoughts. Just an idea that might have popped up, and I just keep writing. And sometimes it's a bit like all over the place. And part of the reason why like I have a lot of like posts on Instagram and it's always writing, because it's just nonstop writing. I just like take little bits of it, throw it on Instagram and share it with the world.
Yeah. Find a picture to go with it.
Always. That's actually the harder part. I don't always have like that many pictures. But writing worked well for me. And then the second thing was putting myself in uncomfortable situations allowed me to learn significantly faster than I ever learned by myself. And I learned that this year a lot. This last year and last 2 years is, I never number one, a podcast.
I know.
Right. Speaking in front of others, giving talks, giving workshops, mentoring my team, et cetera, et cetera. These were the things that I was never really comfortable with during the physio room days because I always had this fear of being judged, right? Much like a lot of people do. Yeah. And when you put yourself in a situation where you are exposing yourself, then you'll challenge yourself to make sure that you know your stuff that well, right? To the point it's like you're gonna stand up in front of everyone and know that any question that comes your way, you will have an answer for because you prepared yourself for that. So writing was for me, but everyone learns a little bit differently. So just making sure you find out for yourself what's the best way to learn, and then secondly, always putting yourselves in uncomfortable positions, because that's the only way you adapt. That's the only way you can actually, I wrote a post recently about adaptation, because I believe a lot in adaptation in terms of like, if you push and push and push and push hard enough in your system, your body will adapt. Your system will adapt, right? That people are always shocked. This guy works like 12, 14, 16 hours, but it doesn't feel like that because you've adapted, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Right? It's not like, I'm so tired, I got to go home and watch Netflix. Not really.
No, like I'm good. I'm energized from that 16 hours of work, right?
Because you just learn to adapt, and I'm not saying everyone should do that.
So you always walk in this line, right? You're like, this is what I do, not necessarily this is what you do, but you could do this if you wanted to. But I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but it's like training for a marathon, same thing, right? Like you run 10K today, you like in a month, hopefully you run 15, then you run 20, then 25, then et cetera, et cetera. If you just go right for the marathon, you're gonna trash your body. Just like if you just went and worked 16 hours, you're probably not gonna do it again because you're gonna feel trashed. But if you slowly, adapted to it, then you're fine, right? So.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I'm catching up. I had a million things came to mind there, but you guys are perfect for this because as a young person, maintaining relationships and working 16-hour days, I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea how to do it. I have zero idea to do that. Like in that, like friendships is one thing, and you learn that certain friends will come along with you and certain friends won't. And I get that part. Yeah. But I'm talking about family or deeper relationships, significant others, man. How the F do you make that happen? This is a question for both of you, man.
Like for me, for my wife, man, I found the perfect wife, man, that understood me, man. Yeah, I know. I put it up like the Vice documentary, big time. Like
don't even bring that up, man. You get me teary-eyed over here. Yeah,
but like I could feel her pain, big time. But she believed in me, and she's still by my side. She's a warrior, man. Like if it was maybe other females I maybe had a kid with or was with, it probably a different ball game. Trust me, man. Like I probably wouldn't be here talking about my journeys to China and Asia and all these other places, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I've been, the other podcast, like since I've been with her. Actually, I probably didn't mention it in the podcast, but since I've been with her in 2007, 2008, the last 2 years I've been with my family for the whole year. For the whole year. That was in 2016 or 17 because I didn't play. I took 1 year off. I was with my family for that whole year. Didn't go anywhere. And that's a warrior, man.
Damn. The whole year?
Yeah.
Damn.
So 2008 to 2017, man, I've been on the road.
Crazy.
University, I was on the road. She came my last year. University came. She came with me, and my son Javon, for the last from January to about May, April. Yeah. That's it, man.
Yeah.
I was gone 7-9 months, man. Almost
crazy
a year.
amounts of time.
Oh, dude.
Crazy amounts of time.
And I thinking about it back now.
You're like,
damn, dude. I would have got a divorce, man. She would have left my butt real quick. It was somebody else. Trust me, man. And we had fights of that. We had, she's like, is this this is your last year. I can't do anymore. I'm like, boo, 1 more year. Come on, just 1 more year. 1 more year. 1 more year. I'm gonna make it. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be there. I'll make it. 1 more year. But she's still by me, man. She's still by me. So mad props to her. And man, it's a blessing, man. Cause damn. And yeah, man. And she made it work, man. And it's still tough too, because now, and I'm not playing pro anymore. I go to China for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
But still, she kind of holds that a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah, because that's
you're on the road.
I'm on the road, man. It's tough, right? Got the kids. The kids are growing. They're getting bigger. They're doing a lot of activities now. So I'm really happy that I'm there to see them do a lot of the activities.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer, swimming, and
all that.
Son run the other day. Yeah. First time I ran, man, in a long time.
Saw that.
I was thinking about Nick, man. I was gonna take a photo, that Nick photo, right? With the shoes on.
Be like Nick Lo.
Yeah, exactly, man. And now we're gonna be doing the 10K. I'll be doing the 10K with my son.
Cool.
So it's cool. It's really cool, right? So yeah, man. So
how old's your son?
He's now 8 years old, man. Almost 9.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting big, man. So
all right,
I'm gonna do the 10K pretty soon and start running a little bit. But yeah, man, just being with my family more. And by me going away lots too, I lose that connection with my son.
That's tough.
It's tough, man. It's tough, man. Come home and sometimes we don't know, like, what do I talk about? Because I've been on the road for so long, man. What do I say?
Yeah.
So how's your day? And da-da-da. Yeah. So now things are getting better. But it took a while, man. It wasn't a year. It wasn't 6 months. Mm-hmm. It was a long time to really get that connection with my son. It's actually maybe kind of recently. To be honest with you, recently it's like we're talking, joking around, and my little son started holding my hand a little bit more, like, because you see it, man. You see how it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough, but yeah, man, and so thanks to my sons too for all the support, and my family for all the support, man. If it wasn't for them, I won't be friggin' doing all this stuff, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a decade just to digest that. I mean, honestly,
And like now for Nick's wife, she's a strong woman too, man.
Strongest.
This guy's like she's strong, dude. She's probably the strongest. Yeah, man.
She's a rock, that's for sure.
So like by him open up all these, not like mentoring these people, coming here, and running his business, he's barely home to see his wife, man.
Mm-hmm. So how do you deal with that? What's that conversation? How do you get past that conversation? That's tough.
I mean, I have a theory that I always talk about, and it's about the buckets.
The buckets.
Yeah, because
about the buckets.
It's always about the buckets.
Listen, I brought you guys here to talk about buckets and getting them and filling them specifically.
Yeah. Only the basketball guys always get the reference, though.
Yes.
So I call it a bucket theory.
Yeah.
And like the basketball guys are, of course, Nick.
Of course,
it's about bucket
buckets,
theory.
right?
About how to get buckets now.
Uncle Nick.
But I mean, the bucket theory is something I talk about a lot because sometimes I wish I had my time back because I don't think I even played it the right way because I didn't come to that realization maybe until later in my life. But the bucket theory is simple. It's like you have 3 buckets in life, and you can classify them any way you want.
They can be pails and shit.
They can be pails. But you have your work and career bucket, right? You have your family bucket / friends. I actually put friends into life experiences. That's the third bucket. That includes travel. That includes going out, having fun, trying new restaurants, et cetera, et cetera. So that's like your life experience bucket. So 3 buckets in life that everybody has. And the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is you start your life with just enough water to fill all 3. As time passes, water evaporates, right?
Wow.
So you're not going to be able to fill all 3, although we all strive to fill all 3. And what you don't want is, when you're 40, 50, 60, having 3 empty buckets or 3 half full buckets, right? Right. And I always joke that's like what you call a midlife crisis.
That's when your subconscious is like, get a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you make like crazy decisions.
Because you're trying to die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Right.
Because we used to only live till 40. You know what I'm saying? So your subconscious at 40 is like, you're done. The sun's been evaporating your water. You just go get a bike, anyways. Yeah.
So the majority of the people in this world scoop water out of one bucket and fill the next bucket, and constantly do that. Right. They're going on vacation. They'll go for a week. They might go for 2 weeks. So they're scooping it right out of maybe their career bucket. They're definitely not pushing their career forward. They're scooping it over here, right? Yeah. But knowing that at the end of that vacation, they're still coming back to their work. And they're picking up where they left off, et cetera, and they're scooping it back in, right? You go date, you go get married, you go, et cetera, et cetera. That's just scooping them to life experiences. You go... more into the family side. Or so you're just constantly scooping from one bucket to the next bucket. And I always say the secret to life is being able to fill up 2, because actually it's impossible to fill up 3.
Because water evaporates.
Because water evaporates. If you can fill up 2, then you probably have a very fulfilled life. But you can't fill up 3. It's actually impossible. Meaning you can't actually be amazing and the best in husband, father, have the best career and the most fulfilled career, and also be able to experience everything you want in life. You can't have all of that, unfortunately. And we all strive to have all of those things because, maybe we're taught in school that living a balanced life will lead you to fulfillment. I don't always believe in that. I don't always believe in that. And that's, I would argue that maybe that's why, there is like mental health issues. Maybe there's more depression like later on in life, et cetera, right? And I speak on this because I have a lot of friends that friends and family that have gone down those paths. And, I wish I was your age actually, Joss, and I can choose any bucket I want. Because at a certain age, you can't choose any bucket you want anymore, right? That's why there's a way you can kind of play this game to increase your chance of success, right? When you're at my age, I can't just choose anything I want anymore. Not really, right? One day my mom or my dad or somebody will call me and they're going to need me, right? They're going to need me because, maybe they're sick, maybe they're et cetera, et cetera. And I know I have to go fill that bucket, right? That's my obligation as a son. That's my obligation as part of my family, right? So when you're younger in life, you just have more choices. Not everyone has all the choices, but in general, when you're younger, you have the choices to fill any bucket you want, right? Fill one, then fill the next, right? I speak on it a lot because I look at life as like a way to, get fulfillment out of one of the 3 buckets. And people always say like, Nick doesn't travel. This guy never sees the world, right? Well, that's the bucket I know I can fill later for sure, right? That's the easy bucket. Like I can go out and have fun. I can go out but that's not the bucket I'm trying to fill right now. That's the bucket that will always be there. Well, not always, but your chances of filling that bucket is significantly higher than say your family bucket and say your work bucket, right? So I just think there's like there's a formula that can allow you to fill 2 buckets, which will lead to a very fulfilled life, right?
Just real quick, just to add on that. So I was in the Philippines, and I got a call from my dad. Said your uncle passed away, and I wanted to go, but how could I go all the way to the Philippines, man? By the time I come back home, the funeral was gonna be like the next week, right? So I was in the Philippines for a week, right? So if I came back, I wouldn't be able to make it for the funeral. So I had to live with that, man. I have to live with that for the rest of my life. And that's my uncle and my godfather.
Damn.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm thinking like, okay, like, what are my family's going to think when I'm not even there? Mm-hmm. They say, okay, we understand your situation, but what are my cousins going to think about me? Mm-hmm. Right? So, like, it's a tough situation when I was there, man.
Totally, yeah. Totally.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So for that, I had to pray. I had to pray to my uncle. Like, I'm really sorry I couldn't make it. I really hope you understand. And that's like my peace.
Yeah, it's
right. Like how would you handle that? I understand, like you're saying, like if your father calls you or somebody, you know, absolutely, you got to be there. But how would you handle it if you're in the middle of something that people need you in that situation to give food or to inspire somebody, to, you know, to give back to a community that never seen that type of basketball before, never learned, that wants to learn something.
It's like a 4th bucket.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
And now your family, someone in your family dies. Mm-hmm. Are you going to cancel? Like,
yeah.
So it was hard. I couldn't go, hey, like, you know, we got to cancel this trip, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, you're going to be faced with tough decisions.
Yeah, man.
As we grow, we're always going to be faced with tougher and tougher decisions, right? And, you know, like I always tell my wife that, like, when I'm 40, I'm done, right? And inherently, any decision you make in life has a risk involved.
Yeah.
Right?
That's so true, man.
Always. Like, I'm going to risk right now that, you know, I have to fill this 1 bucket. You know, I want to finish what I started. I want to, you know, be 100% happy when I leave, that I left what I've built, my team has built in a way that's, you know what, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's where it needs to be.
You're at peace.
I'm at peace. That's a full bucket, right? And now, you know, hopefully I can spend all the time with my family, you know, with my wife. Go travel, go see the world, go do something different, right?
Yeah.
Go do all these other things. Is there a risk involved? Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
And that's why I wish I was 22 when I started, 23 when I started. I didn't start Fizzy Room until I was 29. And I didn't smarten up till I was 32. You know what I mean? So, and now I have to, you know, push till I'm 40, right? Because and that's just what I say now. I don't know, right? But I think when I'm 40, I'm going to set this goal for myself to, you know, build this company, help everyone that cares about me, and support their dreams. Build careers for them, build legacies for them, develop them the right way, right? So I can leave at peace knowing that, you know, I did everything I could to support everyone that supported me, right? That would make me happy. Then at 40, on to the next bucket, all right?
Bucket list.
Okay, bucket list. That's a bar right there. Okay. So let me contrast. When I was like 18, right? When I was 18, I just busted on my knees, and I was like, oh, this is what I wanted to do. And I was like, I understood the value of time, right? Time in something, like you said, time, like 29, started at 29, didn't smart up to 32, wish you were 22. Yep. That's like, you know, that's just time for you. And so I was like, I never wanted to, it was really important for me to make the right decision right away. Right decision right away, go. So like, for instance, in sports, it was like, man, I wanted to play rugby, tennis, volleyball, all that stuff. But it was just like, no, don't play that stuff because you want to make the right decision. And the right decision, if you got to spend all the time on this, right? So then I sacrificed, maybe some water out of some buckets, right?
Yeah.
And so, and even with that, it's still as a young person today, like I'm like, oh, I went down the wrong path for, this much time or that much time. And so now I have this laser focus. And I'm like, okay, I believe in this. This is the way to go. This is it. This is it. Like I'm internally curious about this, but then that kind of shuts life out.
So true. And you're alone, right? I already know, dude. I know.
You're alone. Alone, like you don't understand loneliness until you've been a basketball player for 10 years, for 15 years. You don't understand what lonely means, Like, that was my next question for you, Joey. It was like, man, you filled a bucket called basketball so much, like it's full. Like I don't think you realize it's fucking full. Like
it's overflowing, man.
It's overflowing. Like you could have left 2 years ago and it would have been a full. But you're still here and like you're just going. And I think there's value in pursuing your passion to the extreme heights. With Nick, it's like you want to quit at 40, quit at 40. Stupid word. Like you want to see now I got him second thinking. I ain't quitting it. But he's like, all right, I want to try to fill another bucket at 40. Like if you would push to 60, that's a Myo is a Nike. Myo's Myo's there's it's the same thing. It's like you always feel like, I remember this is the quote, this is the stuff, I always feel like I can be a better basketball player. I genuinely feel that. When you said that, I felt that. I was like, I always can be better. There's no part of me that I'm like, oh, my jumper's good enough, my handle's good enough, none of that. I always can be better. But it's like, man, at what point you're just like, yeah, okay, I've had an illustrious career. I've done a ton of stuff in multiple avenues, business, professional, street ball, anything. Being a personality on these social platforms, like you are fucking full. That's all I'm trying to say. Why are you still trying to make it fuller?
I just love the game, man.
See, that's it. See, that's the point I'm trying to get to.
I just love playing ball, man. I just love the game. It's funny, my wife said, listen, we're just gonna relax it,
Yes.
Just relax.
Yes.
You got too much going on. You got this going on, that. Why are you gonna relax? And I can understand on her side of the story. I totally get it, right? But like, I'm just a different type of person. I just love basketball so much. I love street ball. I'm competitive. I love playing organized ball. Like I just love it, man. So that's why that's why I keep on going. And then I'm always positive, too. No matter what the situation is, I'm always going to think something's going to come out. Don't worry about it. I always have that voice in my head. Don't worry about it, man.
I get it.
Yeah, dude, I want to quit sometimes, man. I can let you into this. So, Big 3? They just hit me with a contract.
Yo, Joe, I want to get you to put that mic right there.
Sorry. Big 3, they sent me a contract when I was in China to do the combine and draft. So I'll be heading there in 2 weeks. So if I stop playing I'm just giving you people your example for you. I'm just giving you an example.
Right, this is for me.
And people listen to this too. If I stopped playing basketball after the Vice or listen to people that hated on me or my skill, I don't think I'll have that opportunity. Even if I don't make it or not. If I make it, cool. If I don't make it, just the opportunity to go there and showcase your skill and just have fun. And that's an invite. That's just not like, I'm going to send them my resume and see. No, they have to call you. They listen. And this year they just opened up their open up their league to outsiders. Dude, that's a blessing, man. That's just from working hard and believing in my skill. And God giving me my talent and ability to keep on doing it, going to Myodetox, keeping fit, putting myself on social media. So people see that stuff. Like, man, this guy, he still could play. So let's give this guy an opportunity. The Vice documentary helped too as well. All that stuff helped, right?
Yeah, a couple million views helps,
right?
Man. Yeah.
And then after that, I'm going to go to China for 2 weeks to do something with Under Armour in China.
Damn.
That's crazy.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So if I stop, I'm telling you, man, don't stop, man.
Yeah.
If you love something, don't stop. No, don't listen to the haters. There's going to be people hating. Trust me. I know. I've been there.
Yo, get so hyped in this scene right now.
I've been there, man. People hate on me, man, in my own city. Oh, you still playing basketball? You're still playing basketball? So what are you doing there? You still playing basketball? And these people are, some people are like real estate guys, police guys, lawyers. You still playing ball? I used to play. Now look at me like, nah, man. I'm still doing it. I don't care. Here. I know people change their lives and goals. I totally understand that. Mm-hmm. But do you know you get some people that come and like talk to you like, you still doing that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm over that now. Mm-hmm. You know, do you sound, you know, you like you can sense that.
Totally.
You know what I mean? You understand, right?
Of course.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
100%.
Yeah, I'm doing what I love to do. Traveling the world, man. I'm traveling the world, having fun, right? If I listen to people, I want to be where I'm at now.
That wouldn't be it.
Don't listen to people, dude. Just believe, man. You gotta go believe. You gotta believe. I know it's hard. You want to quit. Dude, I know, man. Even the big three thing, like, man, even like, dude, like, why big three, man? Like, really? Like, is that, I really got a contract with big three? Damn, man. Dude, NBA, Gary Payne's going to be, Shaq's going to be there. Yeah. You know, how am I going to perform? I'm thinking about that in my head. But at the same time, you know what, though? I worked hard enough. I deserve it. I deserve some type of shot.
100%.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah. I love it. You're saying it like, I think. And me and Nick over here like, of course. Of course you deserve it. Of course you kept going and all this. So, but those two sentiments right here is just fucking interesting. These two sentiments right here, like, I get the bucket theory. I really do. Pale theory. That's gonna be mine.
I gotta use that.
That's the junior version.
Yeah.
It's a 22-year-old version. When you get to the next level, it's a bucket. Anyway, like with that, it's like, okay, yes, fill 2 buckets, right? Fill 2. That's a fulfilled life. Mm-hmm. Joey goes through this whole thing, plays till he's 70, plays till he's 80. Mm-hmm. That's a fulfilled life, man. Yeah. That's a fulfilled life.
Absolutely.
Being 34, 40 years old, playing in the big 3, or still touring China, like that's a fulfilled life, and maybe there's only like, 1.5 buckets there.
The majority of the people don't fill any. That's the point, right? The majority of the people don't have any buckets that are full. Joey's overflowing in one, right? Overflowing a lot.
But sometimes I think I haven't gone anywhere. I feel like, no, real talk. No, real talk. I feel like I haven't done much, man. So that's why I think I keep on going more. Like, it's just like that's not enough. That's not it. I need more. Like, once you taste a little bit, oh, damn, this is okay, I want more, man. Mm-hmm. I want more. And sometimes it could be bad. Sometimes it could be good. Yeah. Because sometimes I'm going all over the place traveling. Sometimes I need to relax. Hey, let me sit down. Maybe this is not for me. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't go here. So that's why a team is so good to have. Yeah. Right? Tell you,
drive.
Hey, maybe, it's
the drive. This guy's the drive. Right.
Okay. You shouldn't be going there. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do something different, right? So I think that's the next step I need to take.
Okay, so when it's all said and done, I always think about this personally, because again, I am a baby, I know. I think, okay, Josh, you're 80 years old. Like, what's the story? Because that's how I do everything. I reverse engineer everything, right? Like, this is what I want. Okay, let's work backwards, step, and then we walk back up the steps, right? So I think, okay, I'm 80 years old. What do I want the story to be? Like, you guys are already established. You've already attained success. Whether you guys are going to say it or not, you've already, quote unquote, made it. You've already, you could quit today and it's fine. You're good. No one's ever going to say, this guy. Like, no, that's not going to, you're established. So 30 years down the line, 40 years down the line, what do you want the story to be?
Man, for me, I was just a dude from Vancouver, man, that made it. Vancouver that nobody really believed in, but I just kept on going, man. Kept on fighting, round after round, getting knocked down, but he just never gave up. I just want people to remember that I never gave up, man. I just never gave up, and just inspire people, man. At the end of the day, you can do all you want, but are you inspiring people, man? Are you giving back? Because I'm not gonna be here forever, so I gotta pass my knowledge down to my kids, to people that actually want to learn, or right, that's why basketball keeps on growing, man. Knowledge from the coaches pop. Mm-hmm. I mean, all the top guys, man. Kobe Bryant now, giving back to the NBA, doing a lot of stuff. Now he's passing knowledge to his daughter. Look at her, how she plays.
Crazy.
It's amazing, right?
Crazy.
So I want people to remember me from I just never stop, I never quit. And anyone can make it. And just gotta believe, man.
This guy is so inspiring. He did it his way. That's the cool thing, right?
Yeah.
And because nobody's in his shoes, that's the big thing, right?
Yeah.
And nobody's ever gonna, be in your shoes, right? And people forget that, right? Because there's a lot of people that are always gonna, comment or judge or have an opinion, et cetera, but nobody knows your story better than you, right? And nobody will ever experience what you experience, right? So when you make a decision and stay true to yourself, it's very powerful, right? And I think Joey is like the best example of somebody that never listened to the haters,
Anything,
because he knew deep down that he had a gift to give the world, and he's going to continue to push and share that gift with the world. So that in itself is the most inspiring thing ever, right? So yeah. For me, I'm different.
Okay, so don't be dodging now.
No, I'm not dodging.
Yeah, let's look at go to him, man. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it, man. That was great. Thanks, man.
That's true,
Thank
though.
you, man. Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like going back to you when you say like, oh, you guys are successful, you guys have made it. I mean, that's very much defined by yourself, right? I don't know what that means really, because success is very much dictated by how you see yourself and where you see yourself. Made it. That one's a weird one for me.
It's a super weird one for me.
Yeah,
it's a super weird one.
I don't really know.
I can say it from me sitting here
Sitting
right
there,
here.
but I feel I haven't made it. I haven't made nothing, man.
I just don't know what made it means, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What does made
That's
it
true.
means, right?
Like, yeah.
I said it. I don't know. But, I'm fanboying over here, so that's all I'm doing. That's,
Yeah, I mean, I hope that I'm remembered for, similar to Joey, somebody that did it his way for sure. I always say Mayo is for the rebel. What I mean by that is just somebody that had a bit of a chip on their shoulder for sure. Maybe because growing up they were told that they couldn't do something. People remember. It sits with you, right? Growing up, I was made fun of a lot, tons for sure. I was a bit overweight in high school. People make fun of you, right? In school, it's not the nicest place, like at all.
especially not these days. But,
Man, crazy.
Yeah.
Especially not these days.
Yeah.
But
So-
at any time, yeah.
So I always think those things shape you, and you hold that with you for the rest of your life. And I definitely want to be remembered for somebody that kind of overcame that, overcame a lot of adversity to get to where I am now, and for the next three-ish years till I'm 40, I would definitely want to be remembered for the guy that helped everyone achieve their dreams. Absolutely. I care so much about the people that care about me. My team means more to me than everyone understands. So my purpose right now is just to continue to support and really help them accomplish all their goals and their dreams, because every single day they go to work helping me accomplish mine. After I'm 40, and I always say like the coolest thing ever is, in 30 years and 40 years, if my kids, and I will have kids one day, my future kids will, one day maybe play college basketball or whatever, and they'll come up to me and say, "Hey, Dad, I've been going to this place that's really cool. It's like the Nike of therapy. this really cool place. You should check it out. Yeah. And I'd probably just smile and say, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's sick, man.
That's
right.
awesome.
Because I don't want anything to be defined by me. I want to be a part of something much bigger than me. I never want a past story to define who I am at that moment. So if I'm 41, 42, 43, I don't necessarily want to be defined by Myo or Physio Room or me as a therapist, et cetera, or me as an entrepreneur. I want to create a new story for myself, and that'll always be with me. But at that time, I'd be done. You know, I don't want to be remembered for that. I want to deep down know that when I one day look around and there's like 50 Myodetox clinics in the world, or 100 or whatever, and it does become the Nike of therapy, I'd just be proud. I would just be proud. I would look at it and go, that's cool. That's a really cool thing. But I would not want to have my name on the wall. That's coming down for sure. But that's what I hope.
Thought that was cool.
Me too, man.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I think my legacy would be defined by the people around me and how I help them achieve their goals. That's
What's interesting about both you guys is like, you can build the biggest buildings, you know, you can build 100 miles worth of road, but at the end of the day, all that matters is how the story's told. And I think both of you really get that, in that, you know, money isn't money, people are money. Like, money doesn't have value. Human connection has value.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so in terms of how your business grows, how you grow as a human, how you learn, and ultimately what your legacy is. You know, I'm going to mess up the quote, but someone said, you know, people will forget what you told them or what you did for them, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. Who said that?
I don't know. But I heard it before, though.
Who was that? It's actually on one of our decks.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, it's one of our onboarding decks.
Heard it
I
before,
forgot.
though. I
I
know
forget
what
who
it is,
said
though.
that though. It's good.
It's a great one, right? But I think that you guys have, you know, have built your careers, your lives on that of like, no, let's make impact here. Let's really make impact here, so I can really give this kid or this athlete or this lawyer or this, I don't know, plumber that's coming to see you. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, I want to understand that they had an experience here. And the tangible services could be this thing or another, but at the end of the day, they're always going to understand this, right? Again, this is a bit of a process here, because I want to try to get to something where it's like, so you know, you have an idea of how you want your legacy to live out, where you want to be in a certain amount of time, and it's very philosophical in a sense. And you guys are both philosophically based people through your words and your actions and how you built out your lives. You have core principles and ethics, and you stick to them, right? Never quit, never die. You know, focus on those around you, you know, and continue to grow yourself, right? So, with that being said, from two conflicting perspectives, what do you think truly deep down, if I was to ask you, what do you think is true? What is a timeless truth for you and for you? Like, not like what do you know is true above everything else? Everything goes sideways. I know this is true. What do you know is true in this life?
Treat people with respect, man. Be kind to others, man. And give people a chance. And just be genuine. Just be like a good person, man. I think people forget about that. They try to act like all hard, or I made it, I did this and that. But people are watching you, man, and they see. And like you said, they don't forget your action.
It's true.
They don't forget, man. Just be a good person, like, you know what I mean? No matter what circumstance it is, just be you. Just be you,
So that's
man.
two different things, right?
And it's hard. And it's hard. It's hard. Be outspoken, but you don't got to be all crazy about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes things are not going to go your way. But how are you going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with that after, you know?
Be a genuine human. Be you.
Yeah, be you. Be genuine, man. Care. Just care about people, man.
Yeah. What would you add to that?
I mean, not too dissimilar. I think the only truth you ever know is yourself. I always say you don't know what you don't know.
Fuck, yeah.
And
there's a lot, let me tell you, sorry.
yeah, and there's you're never going to know everything. So you always have to stay curious in life. I was listening to Julian's podcast and about like perceptions and creating perceptions, even lying to yourself and creating perceptions around yourself that you want to believe in yourself. And that's why like having self-awareness is so important these days, because the only thing you can ever control is what you know, not what somebody else knows and how somebody else perceives you. So, with Instagram and with social and with, especially these days, just everyone crafting and curating stories about themselves and narratives that they want the world to know about them, right? Already puts us in a very artificial world.
Big time.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So what do I know is truth? That's very difficult. And these days, I don't think
a lot of stuff is
like those things are not true at all. The only thing is
so
deep
true.
down, like I know what I know, and I know what I don't know, and I also don't know what I don't know, which
I laugh, but it's true.
It's so true, man.
It's true. And like I'm guilty of it. Everyone is guilty of it. We all, wake up in the morning and we already have a story about ourselves that we want that day to be. It's
that's so true.
Right. So in a lot of ways, and that's why listening to Julian's podcast, I was like, man, this guy is like really legit. And I met him for the first time actually when he came to my Chinatown launch party.
Oh,
yeah, he's friends with Scott, who's our CEO.
Sweet.
So
of course he is, obviously.
And we've always wanted to connect, but we never did. And he actually came to my party, and I've always wanted to talk to this guy because this guy just like is deep, and I love people that question things, et cetera, et cetera.
Level, man.
He's next level. So. These days I don't think there's a lot that is true.
Yeah,
it's true, man.
Right.
Yeah. With everything from how you're speaking your perceived truth, how we're taking in perceived truths from the world. Like, dude, look at journalism, man. Like, journalism is screwed up right now.
Oh, man. You don't even know what's true or not, man.
You
don't know, man.
Facts or not, it's not even a thing. Like, it's not real is gone. You have to dig so far.
Yeah.
You got to do research on your own.
Research or be there. Really be there and understand. Like I know what's true in this podcast because I experienced it here. I've been here in this room. Right? We are the only ones that will ever know what is true in this podcast. That's the crazy part.
Right.
Right? Because there's all types of things that are being communicated that are past audio.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're the only ones who will ever know what's true for here.
Yeah.
So maybe truth is conceptual. So Nick, you led me right into my next where it's like, well then, okay, how am I creating a false narrative for myself? How are you guys lying to yourselves today? Like, how the hell are you lying to yourselves today? Because you both have, lanes.
Yep.
But is it really your lane, or is it a lane you put yourself in and someone else has told you to be in? Like, are you creating false narratives about your own lives?
I think everyone does naturally. I think everyone does, right?
So you're saying there's nothing wrong with that?
I think that's a tough one. I mean, it's a tough one. I think in a lot of ways there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're self-aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. As long as you know that, like, I'm crafting this story about myself because I want to believe in it, and that's gonna push me and drive me and et cetera, to get me to that next level. Then I think that's fine. Right. You're staying true to your values. You're constantly, analyzing yourself. You're constantly, as Julian said, calling yourself out. If you're constantly calling yourself out on your own bullshit, on your own then I think it's fine, because every single day we're going to be crafting stories about ourselves that we want to believe in, right? That I want to believe that I'm, helping people, et cetera, et cetera. But am I crafting that story? Maybe, right? But that's what helps me sleep at night. That's help drives me every single day. That every single day I'm going to wake up and, I'm going to try to inspire somebody. Yeah. I'm going to try to, make this person have a better day. Yeah. Right. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think everyone naturally does it.
Without even thinking about it, right?
Yeah, but a lot of people aren't aware. Like, they're not self-aware.
That's maybe
Yeah, because they're not like, sitting back and thinking about it and writing every night or reading every night or talking to somebody about it. Sometimes I'll go to a friend who knows nothing about me, that's not in this circle at all, right? And then ask them about me, what they think. And actually, like, my family is actually a great example. Because they don't actually hang out with my circle in terms of work very often. And they call me out all the time.
Love that.
All the time.
That's family too, man.
Right?
Oh, all the time.
Right? Because when you're in that circle, everyone is kind of playing off the same narrative.
Same narrative, yeah.
Right? You're the entrepreneur, you're the leader, you're the inspiring guy, you're the whatever.
You're not the son, you're not the brother.
No.
Yes.
Not the father.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, my dad calls me out quite often sometimes, man. Joey, because he's from the Caribbean, man. Joey, you gonna work at the Ducks? It's a longshoreman, right? It's a foreman out there, right? When you gonna work at the Ducks, eh? We have the papers here,
My God,
man. But he's happy. He's happy for me traveling and stuff like that. Of course. But, in the back of the head, he wants me, to be a longshoreman and work down the docks, He'll pass the torch. Wow. He wants to pass the torch,
Wow. That's crazy.
That's it, though, right? To parents, to family, this is Joey, this is Nick. Yeah. It's not, you're not like Joey KINGHANDLES from Instagram.
Yeah.
They don't care about that.
No, they don't care about that at all.
They're just Joey.
They're going to call you all the time.
Who do you think you are, man?
Yeah, right?
You stunting and shit.
Yeah.
Get out of here, boy. Your dad be like, I'll whoop your ass right now.
That's so true, man.
I'll get you in the post today.
Oh, yeah, right?
Brings you right back down.
Yeah, man.
Right there.
It's so funny because my brother, he's like, so I called him today. I called my mom today. My brother was just in Mexico, and he got sick. So I called my mom. Oh, I'm like, I saw Gary. I said, yeah, you see Gary? And he went to the pool, and he's not supposed to go in the pool because he gets sick. He's sick. And no, I took him when he was 7 years old. The doctor told him that the doctor told him he's allergic to the swimming pool, and he put his head in the swimming pool. I tell his boy to don't go to the swimming pool.
That's good.
Know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, dude. So you know what I'm saying? though, my brother's 40 years old, man. Got 2 kids, man. 45, 2 kids, right? But my mom's just keeping it real.
7-year-old,
right?
I told you.
Yeah, man.
Low.
Yeah, right.
Like, come here, I'll smack you upside of your head with your kids right in front of you, bro. Like,
that's so good.
Oh my God.
Hilarious,
Okay. So what I got out of that is like you need to sell yourself a narrative. You need to, in a sense, right?
Yeah.
You are that person, and you need to be grounded so your family can be like, "Shut the hell up, boy! I'm gonna smack you upside your head."
Absolutely.
You need that too, right?
You need it.
So then again, here I am thinking about myself and thinking I'm asking the wrong questions, and every question needs to morph. And now I'm thinking maybe that question should have been, okay, you need your own narrative. We understand this now. Archetypes have a role. You need to be KINGHANDLES, right? You need to be that person in order to succeed, to go play in the big 3.
Yeah.
You need to be that person, right? You've crafted that. You built that over decades. So then I guess what I'm trying to say is, what products are you selling yourself? What are you selling yourself that you shouldn't be buying, but you are buying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's a sticky one.
Man,
I know,
this is
maybe
sticky icky.
Okay, I'll say it for myself, right? Like we're bringing up Julian so much. So he called me and he's like, yo, you got this ambition thing backwards. He texted me and he called me. He's like, hey, listen, man, you got this ambition thing backwards. Like, your whole thing is about being free, being malleable, being lucid and doing whatever, but being, you know, ambitious and doing whatever, right? You're a slave to your ambition, man. When are you going to see that, you know? So I'm selling myself ambition when I really shouldn't be buying it. You know, maybe I should be buying compassion. Maybe I should be buying something else. So what are you guys trying to buy? What are you buying that you shouldn't be buying, you know? Maybe this isn't the right thing. So this goes back to the whole bigger picture. Like, maybe you're wrong. What if you're wrong? I don't know, man. Like, it's so hard. It's easy for me because I'm young and I'm super flawed, you know?
Like I said, we're gonna make mistakes, man. No one's perfect. You're gonna hit a wall, right? No one's perfect, man. I don't know, like that's a tough cookie, man. I'm gonna say no one's perfect, dude. You're gonna make a mistake, and you're gonna realize, like, goals. You know, stuff is gonna shift. Your goals are gonna shift, right? Like I remember when I started doing the Instagram stuff. I want to become like a trainer, like a basketball trainer, right? And I was doing a lot of drills on Instagram, stuff like that. And it just changed. It's like, man, maybe this is not for me. Maybe because I saw, you know, some ball handling trainers do some cool stuff. It's like, man, that's pretty sick. Like, and that's funny because that's how I play and that's how I dribble. Maybe I should, you know, become a trainer. Right. And I was trying to live this training path to be a basketball trainer. Mm-hmm. And eventually I was like, man, that's not even probably for me right at this moment. Maybe later on in life. I think I should just stick with maybe playing pro. So I hit up Nick. I remember I'm going to go see Nick, right? Yeah. He was treating me. I was like, hey, man, I got this contract because that was during that time with the physio room, the first annual physio room 3-on-3 tournament. Yeah. Right? I was supposed to do the basketball clinic, show the drills, and then play in it, right? Like, Nick, man, I got this contract to go back and play pro, man. Right? And I remember that, right? Man. He's like, yo, man, so that's good, man. I'm happy for you. But I think he said, man, just go do it, man. I remember he said, just go do it. It's really, just do it and see how it is, man. And if it's not for you, I think you said you will know. You will know eventually.
Yeah, I mean, your experiences. I mean, you have to, like, go there.
Yeah, you got to go. That's what he's told me. You got to go there, man. Just go. Just go do it.
How will you know if you don't?
Yeah. Right. So you have to kind of put yourself in a situation, and eventually you will know, man, this is not for me. Like I got a lot of people telling me, man, even still today, yo, you could open up your own academy, man. You could be like Drive. You could be bigger than Drive, or you could be bigger than this because you got the influence.
100%.
And a lot of people do, and I agree.
I was about to tell you that.
Yeah. Right? And I agree. And I agree, man. I agree. And I have a lot of people want to do a lot of stuff. Yeah. But is it my time now to do that? Yeah. I really don't think so, man. That's how I feel. I think for me, going to China, doing stuff there, traveling, doing the big three, doing all this stuff, I think right now that's for me right now. And because that's what I think my body is able to do that stuff, to play at a high level still. Yeah. Go do it. Yeah. I think the training stuff, I could do that in 3-4 years. I think now for me, I have to build my name, keep on building that, and get the experience and the knowledge and learn from my mistakes. And then when I want to start the academy, it'd be fire. Yeah. I mean, no one can stop me now because I've been through all that stuff. Like I've been through all the different academies. I've been playing around the world, traveling. Now when I would decide, okay, I think it's time now. Yeah. Boom.
That's it.
It's going to be a wrap.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying, though? Did I answer your question? Did I answer it?
No, you did. You did. So I said, well, no, what are you buying right now that you shouldn't be buying? What are you selling yourself that you shouldn't be buying? And the answer to that is you need different products at different times. You don't need this right now. You don't necessarily need to start your own academy right now. You don't necessarily need to be a family man right now. You don't necessarily need to fill that bucket right now. That bucket is not for you right now. Yeah. Don't sell yourself that bucket right now. Yeah. You know, this is what you're in. And I guess that just goes back to, like, it's all about timing.
And people are going to say, hey, you should start this, you should do this, you should do that.
People are whatever, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Right? People are whatever, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying, though, right? Because I had somebody told me, oh, yeah, you only have, like, 3 more years left of you playing. Like, who the hell are you? To tell me you God, man? Yeah. You know, you got 2 years left. Like, how do you know I have 2 years left?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Yeah.
People thought I would quit. I won't be able to go to college or university ball, man. That guy would never play. He plays rock ball. You never make it. You never make it. Dude, I was all Canadian, man.
Yeah.
Leading scorer in the nation.
Yeah.
Got to be average, man, in university.
Yeah,
you
get
know what
out
I'm
of
saying?
here. Get out of here with that.
So people have this because they never did it that way.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
Right.
No, man. You don't know because you don't know what God has. God gave you a talent, and you're here, you're breathing. Dude, you could accomplish a lot of different stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Joey can't play in the big three. Myodetox can't be Nike.
Oh, big time. I bet people are saying that right now. If this podcast,
listening right
big
now.
three? Oh, come on.
Get out of here, bro.
Get out. He can't. He's put Gary Payton and all these guys, these legends, these ex-NBA players, guys. Jason Williams, he can't play against those guys. Dude, let's see.
Haters, bro.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I'm just saying, yeah, you got to, like, it's not your time. Like, I believe this is your time.
Thank you, brother.
This is your time,
Absolutely.
dude. This is your time.
And you're young, man.
Oh, yeah.
Joss is young.
Oh,
So
big time. He's young, man.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a baby, man. I work. Everybody.
And just to add, sorry, I need to add that real quick with Nick. He had the right time for him to merge with Myodetox.
Yeah,
It was the right time. And he questioned, too. I remember he hitting me, man. I don't like,
Dude.
these guys. And he even told me before, got these guys, Myodetox guys, man. Like, you know, they're good guys, but they want to team up. I'm not sure yet, man. You know, it's tough. I've been growing this business, my physio room, for such a long time. I don't want to give it up, man.
But look at it now.
But look at it now, man.
Yeah, but that's self-awareness, right? That's self-awareness from experience. If you don't go there, then you'll never know, right? I can be afraid, and I was very afraid, right?
Man.
Because I've never been there.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people have been there, right? So
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's always a choice, and it's your decision. But you're always gonna, weigh your pros and cons, and realize that, the reward might outweigh the risks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people say, oh, like when you join Myo, that's so risky. Like that's so risky. And I'm like, well, if I don't, is that not just as risky?
Just as risky.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, maybe more risky.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people always ask me, like, how do you trust so many people? Like, you have so many people in your life.
I had that written down.
But it's like, how do you trust people and not be scared or afraid that they're going to take advantage of you? Like, you don't even know them, right? It's like these guys from Toronto, it's just like pretty random. Like I knew them, we emailed and texted once in a while. We met each other. Actually, it was at the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game in Toronto. That's when I went down there. I met these guys. Had to bring that up because you guys are basketball guys. Because that was also Kobe's last game.
Oh yeah, you got to go see that one.
Yo, I had to go, and it was in Toronto, like Canada. Like I had to be there. Anyways, sidetracked.
I wish I went. I bought the jersey. I bought Kobe's jersey. I got a Kobe number 8 jersey from '96.
Oh really?
Sick.
Rookie year?
Yeah.
Whoa,
year.
authentic?
That's vintage, man.
And then I got an All-Star one from Toronto. Never won.
Oh, so both ends.
Yeah, man.
So sick.
Both ends.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, my bad. So you met up in Toronto.
Yes.
So you met Scott and Vinny?
And Vinny, both of them in Toronto, yes. But I had already spoken to Vinny prior to that. Through text messaging, through emailing. He actually had hit me up about Physio Room.
Cool.
Before he started Myo.
Yeah.
Just to pick my brain. I actually hit him up when I was, at that time, I don't know, 2015 or something like that. I was treating some of the Canadian women's national soccer team players, and they were referred to me, and like there's one particular girl I remember I couldn't really figure it out. Like I was really struggling with it a little bit. So I actually reached out.
You say that? Yeah, I never thought I would hear that.
You're always learning. So I reached out to Vinny.
Yeah.
Because he had kind of created this like buzz around him, and I just hit him up and was like, hey, do you mind helping me out? And the guy was like, yeah, absolutely, send some pictures over. So I'd like take pictures of this girl that was on the team, and And Vinny's the funniest guy. He'd like look at the picture and be like, "Okay, do this exactly. Push on this muscle, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Crazy.
Try this exercise." And it was like it opened my eyes. Absolutely opened. Like Vinny was always that guy that like had a different way of thinking. He was this like creative mind that like he could look at somebody and just like start to mold their picture and their history into one. He never asked any questions. Just like, take some pictures for me, front, side, and back. So I did, and I sent it to him. But
Crazy.
yeah, so we had actually connected a couple times prior to that.
But still, that's everything you worked for. Physio room is everything you worked for. You're just gonna trust that with some guys with some brand from Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, trust to me is an interesting thing because, when people ask like, how do you trust everyone?
Even employees.
Even employees. Like, I always think, well, number one, I don't trust everyone. In fact, I don't fully trust anyone because I have this belief that everyone inherently is selfish before they're selfless, right? And I say this to myself as well, that at the end of the day, everyone is looking out for themselves. And the ones that say they aren't are probably just saying that.
Probably full of shit, yeah.
Probably full of shit,
yeah.
right? That they will always look out for themselves first before they look out for you. They will look out for you, but they're well taken care of type of thing, right? So I inherently don't trust anyone fully, but I also inherently believe that people are good. That there's no reason to not trust somebody unless they give me reason to not trust somebody.
Yeah, but are people good for them or are they good for you? Who are they going to be good for first?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And when shit hits the fan, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Again, it's like everything, every decision is a risk, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what decision you make, there's a risk.
Yeah.
Right. But I always try to tell myself that, if you don't put yourself in a position to succeed, then you probably will never succeed. So, right. So, you just never know. Yeah. Is the risk worth the reward? For that, absolutely it was. Was there a big risk? Oh, for sure there's a big risk, right? But ultimately, I still made the decision to kind of go there because, again, like if you don't put yourself out there, then how would you know, right?
Yeah. My mind keeps going back to basketball. Like I think about Joey playing, and I watch you play so many times, and sometimes I'm like, Joey, why are you passing that ball? Why are you passing it? Like, why are you like? I know you can just take it and get a bucket, but you're passing the ball, and it's like, well, you're taking a risk. You're 100% taking the risk, but knowing that taking the risk is going to work out for the greater good. Because if you know basketball, the defense needs to know that you're going to make decisions.
Yeah.
You're going to make decisions. Like, you're going to take that risk. The defense has to know that. The defense also has to know that shooter is in the corner, and whether or not he makes it or not, he's going to shoot it. That's going to spread the floor, open things up. That's how life works synergistically. Life and basketball are the same thing. Ball is life. I'm just saying. But
That's a good one. That's
always
a good
throws
one.
it in.
And so, but it's just like you have to take that risk, or else the floor is not going to be spread. If the floor is not spread, then you're not going to have space to create what you want in life. If you don't create space, you won't be able to move. That's the theory of Myodetox.
Yeah, wow.
You have to be willing to take the leap.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because you might fall, but you also might fly.
You might fly.
Right.
Yeah. You might. I hate that negativity is the first thing they go to. Like, oh, you're going to go try for the big three because now that you've said that you're going to go try for the big three, if you don't make it, then it's going to be a public fall. And everyone's looking for the public fall. Everyone's looking for if you jump, you might fall. Yeah. People don't say if you jump, you might fly.
Of course.
If you jump, you might fly. Like, that's such a revolutionary statement in itself. If you go try out, you might make it.
Might make it, yeah.
Like, you ever think about that? Hey, you might make it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Probably gonna make it.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna make it.
100%. Like, get out of here.
You never know, man. You never know. I'm just going out down there just to have fun because I've been through all the combine stuff. I really hate doing all that stuff, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I have to do it, and it's a risk. Actually, it's not a risk, really, but yeah, it's a risk, but it's a good risk. It's a positive risk
it's a great risk.
because I'm going down there, and it's funny because I'll be in a combine with Royce White that I played in the finals in the NBL of Canada and he's going to be in the combine, and he's the NBA guy. Yeah. So I'm thinking about, okay, wait, if West White's going to be in there, and then, because I like to always measure myself.
Right, typical.
Yeah, right?
Typical ball player, yeah.
And then, and I played against him, and I did really well against that team. I could play with these guys. Like I could play with, and I played against a lot of NBA guys, Jamal Crawford and stuff. But I think about I could definitely play with these guys.
100%.
Right.
I watched that final series. You can play with those guys.
Oh yeah, big time. 100%. So
I literally did.
So yeah, man. Yeah, so I think I have a good shot. But at the end of the day, you could work hard at those combines and do well. But at the end of the day, it's up to the players and up to the coaches and up to the scouts. Yeah. You can only go down there and just do the best you could do.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it or whatever, if you make it, that's great.
Yeah.
But if you make it, okay, cool. I still got stuff happening still with my life with basketball.
Yeah.
So I'm not really too worried about it.
Yeah.
About the big three, but it's a great opportunity, and it's really rare for a Canadian player to get that.
100%. No, 100%.
It's rare.
Yeah.
It's really rare.
People don't understand the context around that. I hate when you go overseas too, and they just lump you in with Americans. It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
So that being said, I don't want to. We talked about narratives and all that type of stuff, but I don't want to paint you guys as one-dimensional. You guys are very multi-dimensional fucking people. You know, I don't want Joey to just be the basketball guy or Nick to be the physio guy, right? Outside of your prospective passions and your prospective professions, what are you guys thinking about right now? What's on your mind? What are you curious about? What are you trying to for me, I'm trying to learn the piano. I want to go deeper into Spanish. I want to just find different avenues, or I want to try to put myself out there as much as possible and look dumb as much as possible, because you realize that looking good is not a good thing. Go look dumb. So that's my thing. I'm trying to okay, I have this one thing in communicating, across all things in my life that I feel I can be good at, but I want to find other passions and not be the podcast guy or the wealth management guy or the basketball guy. Fuck all that. I want to be the salsa dancer. I want to just go be a salsa dancer. I don't know. I hate salsa, but
I already know Nick. So
what is it? Yeah. What is it though? I don't know. What is it? The listeners don't know.
Okay, for me, be honest with you, I want to build a platform to help other people, help other players in the city, make it somewhere like basketball or do something in basketball.
Okay.
So you want to go play pro overseas? Okay, I have a connection to play. If you need help with that, you want to be a basketball trainer. You want to get, do something. I want to create a platform. So that what I'm doing right now, I'm creating a platform big enough to help other people out in the city in basketball. Do you see what I'm saying?
What does that look like? I get theoretically what you're saying, but what does that look like?
Don't know yet.
That's all right.
But that's what I'm kind of I'm leaning towards.
Right.
Right, because at the end of the day, I go travel and do all this stuff, but if I'm not helping people in the city, what the hell the point am I doing? Why? Why?
Yeah.
Because people need help, man. Physio and
Especially
people need
here.
Myodetox. People need help.
Yeah. I love you still say physio room. I love
physio,
that.
Yeah.
I love
that.
It's always there. It's always
there. That's so day one.
It never leaves.
That's so day one.
It's still there.
I love it.
Right? People need help out there, man. Mm-hmm. So, we're in the position to help more people.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Right? You're in the position to help people be known in the city.
That's what it's all about.
It's all about, man.
It's all about knowledge and uplifting.
Vancouver, how often is any podcast like this in Vancouver? I don't know.
It's
not that many.
Let alone sure, podcast is one thing. So podcast is no, essentially. It's just it's a merging thing. It's just not there yet, right? But it's
for Vancouver.
For Vancouver, right? It's just not there yet. It's just not there yet. But not even podcasts. It's radio stations, TV shows, any platform where someone can come on and share thoughts. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. And you're the first.
So let's make it exist.
Yeah. So you built that platform.
Let's make it exist. Yeah. Period. And share knowledge.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Nick. What is salsa? No.
Go ahead.
Definitely
Please say
salsa.
Yeah.
Cool. My friend just got married this weekend. I tried salsa for the first time. It was hard.
Oh man.
Yeah. They were teaching salsa, and I was
I was really hoping you weren't gonna say that, because if you were yeah, me too, and you're let's go do it together, and then, no.
So no, not salsa, but I'm just looking forward to the next phase of my life, really. Again, I always bring up the fact that when I'm 40, I hope to kind of be able to let this, leave this all behind and just start a new life, right? I want to You know, I was telling Joey I want to like move to Tokyo for a year and actually just like apprentice under one of the sushi chefs and learn how to make sushi for real. Because like there's so much to life. I just want to learn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a big sushi guy, obviously, but
Sweet.
But I'm just like, I'm a curious guy. You know, I was gonna open an ice cream shop like a few years back. I was gonna open a coffee shop. Remember the coffee shop
right beside this store.
Yeah. So my Fraser clinic, that's coming up in the summertime. I was gonna open a coffee shop right next to it, and we had it all done.
What happens at a coffee shop?
So it was me and my brother and actually a friend of mine that were business partners in opening up this coffee shop. And because it was so delayed for over 2 years that we just kind of decided to let it go, because things change, people evolve, and it became like a thing. It was just like, why are we opening a coffee shop?
Maybe said you showed me pictures too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I'd like, what I want to do is be able to apply my skills in a totally different thing altogether, whether that's a coffee shop, an ice cream shop, a food truck, a sushi restaurant. Like, obviously it's all food related.
That's cool.
It doesn't matter, right?
He loves food, man.
I do.
Can you imagine going to Japan and Nick Lo serving you freaking sushi?
Like, crazy, right? Dude, I'm going,
That's
man.
Crazy. Man.
Yeah.
Yo, plan that tour in a couple years, okay? Plan that tour. We gonna go over there.
Oh, for sure, man.
But yeah, it's just learning, man. Like I want to do something different. You know, obviously be a father one day. That'd be huge for me, I think.
Yeah.
Fill that next bucket, right? I'd love to, you know, play basketball with the kids. Like, you know, see what Joey does with his kids. I'm like, I don't want to have little kids. He brings his kids to the clinic all the time. I'm like, those guys are fun. Yeah. Those guys are fun. My brother has 2 kids. So every time I'm with them, it's just like fun.
Yeah, man.
So much fun.
Kids bring the fun back in life. They bring the life back in life.
Absolutely.
They bring the life back in life. I don't even know what that means, but it's true. You know?
Absolutely.
I want to thank both you guys, man. You guys are both, you know, I look up to both you guys immensely, and you guys I've gained so much from, our podcast, but individually in different situations, and not only through direct, you know, contact, but through watching how you guys move. You know, just completely removed. You know, like, you know, I've sat. This is weird for me to say, but I've seen both of you guys. Like, I've seen both you guys in public talking to other people, and not said what's up, and just been like, oh, that's really cool how that person's interacting. You know, being like, oh, like I see that. Like, you know, that type of. I saw you on a commercial not that long ago. Anyways, whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Anyways. But just like, you know, seeing that, you know, you guys are 100% mentors to me, and just even in the little bit that you can offer, I try to soak up as much as possible, because a lot of people don't take the time. A lot of people that are successful can't take the time. You guys take the time. And so if you guys are going to take the time, I'm 100% like, me, please. I'll be right here. I'll listen. I'll listen every day, all day. You know, so I appreciate that. And your willingness to build a community around the businesses and the players that you've built is one thing. But then both of you have what seems to be an immense commitment to the city. You know, you're here. You could be in West Hollywood right now. 100%, but you're not. You're here. You know, like, again, same thing. You could be anywhere. Like, you have bigger. We've talked about it before. You have bigger fan bases in other cities, which makes no sense to me. You know, but you again continue to stay here. What do you want to do past basketball? Well, I want to create a platform for people in Vancouver to grow. Man, here. You know, but that matters to you. So, you know, as a person within that community, I thank you, and everyone that listens is thanking you as they hear you go through this, and wish you guys all the best. And appreciate it's that. Fun. All the listeners are like, you know, I get a ton of DMs where it's like, hey, you know, I listened to this person on this episode, and, you know, now I'm seeing them doing this, and I feel like I'm a part of that.
Cool.
I feel like I'm a part of their story now. I never expected that to happen, and so I appreciate you guys for willing to open up and be vulnerable and talk and share, man. That means a lot to me personally, and, you know, to the platform as well. So thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, man, to get an opportunity just to share my thoughts, and, you know, just to share my thoughts to people that are listening, and to yourself too as well. And plus, I'm learning too while you're talking too. You know what I mean? You get some tough questions, man. Like, oh, damn, man. I really got to think of that one.
Really tough questions.
Right? But, yeah, man, this is great just to bring both of us in here and just share our knowledge and experience to everyone out there, especially in Vancouver.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. And to be honest with you, man, like, you never know. Like, you never know. Things could go left, and so I try to be as present as possible throughout this whole process. And earlier on in the process of these recordings, I would constantly be thinking about, oh, where are we going now? What's coming? You know, and now just being like, yo, forget all that. And I used to be like, oh, I'll listen to it back, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to listen to what they're saying. I'll listen to it back. No, it's like, no, fuck, be here.
Yeah.
This is the only place you need to be, you know, be here. And so I appreciate you guys being here and being present in this moment, right? Yeah. Like, I know you guys got notifications blowing up your phone like crazy. I know we got to get home, all that stuff. Stop it. You guys both
ice cream.
You know, ice cream, all that. You know,
like 2 followers.
Come on, man. You got more than 2 followers.
So not true, man. So not true. Anyway, so, man, I hope to be around you guys and be able to congratulate you guys, you know, when you do make the big 3 or when you do make the next league or when you go in the next tour or whatever. I hope to be there. I hope to be here when, you know, Myodetox is the Nike of physiotherapy. You know,
they're going to be, man.
Exactly. You know, you're going to be in that league. You're going to be doing this, right? So I just want to, you know, it's great for me just to gain perspective and think, oh yeah, 4 years ago, 10 years ago, you know, when you guys are in your 50s, oh yeah, that was a moment, you know, and it's recorded, which is beautiful.
Yeah,
that's right.
Anyways,
I'll be cutting sushi.
Also, I want to take my wife too to traveling with my wife too as well, man.
Oh yeah.
I got to. I owe a lot, man.
To Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
Hey, trauma restaurant.
Stay at your house.
Write that
Absolutely.
down.
Yeah, stay at your house.
100%.
Anytime.
100%. Go to Japan and get sushi from Nick Lo.
That's hilarious, dude. You see those posters in Japan, those Japanese animation.
I'll be there. I'll be there. Yo, where did that come from?
But do you
That's not even Japanese, man.
What is it?
I just made it up, man.
What is it?
I just made it up.
You just made that up?
Oh, yeah.
That was 100% legit.
That was good.
Yo, do you speak any Cantonese?
No, my son speaks Mandarin. My son speaks Mandarin, though. He's in Mandarin school. Yeah.
You don't speak nothing?
Nah,
Not even a phrase?
Nah,
You
really,
talk
man.
trash in Japanese? Or Chinese or all that?
Then, a couple words, man. Fancho, defense, and chow fan, down chow fan. Chow fan means fried rice with egg. That's my favorite, man. Down chow fan.
I love it, bro. I love it. All right, Joe, man. Let's get home, and I appreciate you guys' time. This was fun, man. This
it was fun. It was hilarious,
man.
Yeah,
and everyone's gonna be mad, but I don't care, man. This is a fucking great time.
It's great.
And a great balance of laughter and insight. So we need that more.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for your
That's
time.
a wrap. Till next time.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.